Yo, what's up, everyone? This is episode 70 of the BLRD podcast. As always, we have Green Tuner.
Hello.
Creamcast.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Dark Side.
Oh, what's up, everyone?
And myself, the Ed Underground Baby.
Baby.
How you guys doing?
Doing good,
Doing
man.
well, my son.
Doing good. How's everything
How
going?
was everyone's Christmas?
Holy shit, I forgot. It was Christmas.
I forgot it was Christmas.
I forgot so much that I put on my Christmas pajamas on for this special occasion. No, my Christmas was good. I literally didn't do shit for Christmas. Like, when I say literally, I literally did not do anything. I stayed at home with my wife, and we had regular ass food, no Christmas special food. It was just a chill day. It was just another day for us. I don't think we even gave our presents this year to any of the kids. We were just like, and this year we just weren't feeling it. So, we just chilled out, and that was it.
Yeah, same here. We just we did cook a few things and everything, but it was just like myself and my wife. That's it.
Okay.
But otherwise, yeah, we just did at home, relaxed. It was pretty cool.
Nice. What about you, Dark Side?
Dark Side.
How was your?
Oh, it was good. It was good. I just slept most of the day, so it was a nice day of rest for me. It was it was good because I work in the business where we're counting down the days. We don't give a crap about Santa. We just wanted it to be over, and it was over. And man, yeah, I did. Went to bed and woke up at probably like 3:00 in the afternoon. So really, really well needed. I think everyone who works in that business was looking forward to that day. So yeah, just slept, but it was good.
Good. And what about you, Ed Underground? How was your Christmas?
It was pretty low key, but spent time with family. My mother cooked a pretty good meal, and I ended up playing video games with my brother and some other people. Played. I know you guys don't like it, but played Fortnite in a group online. Played some Dead by Daylight for a group online.
Hey,
Played.
what do you
Killer
say?
Instinct.
We don't like it. I've never said I don't like it.
Name one time we played Fortnite.
Just because I don't play it doesn't mean I don't like it.
That's a fair point. Very fair point.
Yeah.
I think
I don't care for it, but that
Christmas
doesn't mean I
morning
hate it or anything.
was going to be playing Fortnite. Running downstairs, checking what Santa got you, and then playing Fortnite with your brother. I mean, I think we all predicted it.
Well,
we're thinking Roblox, but Fortnite fits too.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
There's some news in Roblox too. I found out, but I don't really play Fortnite anymore. But on Christmas Day, play with a group of people, and later on play with my brother and his friends. Yeah, I know people on and offline.
Right. Yeah,
play video games with.
Who else was there?
At my mother's place, or
Wherever the damn Christmas celebration was at.
Yeah.
it was at my mother's house. But I'm saying on and offline. So played Killer Instinct, played Dead by Daylight.
No,
Played
I
Fortnite.
don't care about that. What other family members were there?
Oh, he's trying to ask who
Oh,
else was there.
Yeah,
just the family.
I know, but which
Mother-
members of the family?
Like, you're walking right into this. So get to who he wants to know about.
Yeah,
The regulars
Oh,
town.
who are the regulars?
My mother,
Mhm.
brother.
that's my number one lady.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness. No. Brother's girlfriend,
Sure. Yeah.
brother's friend,
Mhm.
Right.
grandmother.
I said
myself.
family. Those are not your family.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean they were there.
All right,
Was-
fuck
I'll
this.
keep
Was your
it there,
sister
though.
there?
Yeah.
Was your sister there?
Doesn't matter if you say.
Oh,
Yes,
it
it
matters. It does
Matters
matter.
to me.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll say this: the sister that you're thinking of was not there. I'll say that.
Poo, who cares? Nah, whatever.
All right,
Wait,
anyway,
wait,
Let's
moving on.
move on.
Wait. Did the other sister show up?
Yes.
Oh man. Okay. I'm all for family get-togethers like that. I mean, the lady of the hour was there. Her cooking was
Mhm.
better than just. It was pretty good. I'm just gonna say that right now.
You can only imagine. I know.
It wasn't
Only
imagining.
imagine.
there's some things that were on the menu and things that were not on the menu for you. I'll just say there's lots of eating going on.
False. False.
Lots of gifts.
What we like to call the fixins.
Yeah.
False.
Yeah.
Those are specifically for cream cat.
Yeah. Trust me.
All the fixins.
False.
I mean, Thanksgiving is one of the best holidays for me because, trust me, it's not only the turkey that's getting stuffed. I'm just gonna put that out there. But I'm glad that you guys had a great Christmas though. That was pretty awesome. Yeah, I mean, I have this idea with like the Ed Underground. Like I think Dark Side said it earlier. Ed, at 5 o'clock in the morning, super excited. He's he's like, oh, like tossing and turning, hoping Santa gets him
onesie pajama,
onesie pajama with the little butthole.
He's running down the stairs, and it's a little like the little square that shows.
They don't even make that butthole flap, but he's got one with the butthole flap.
World, you guys have some weird fantasies going on.
You see his little bony ass running down the stairs.
I see him running down the stairs. Him ripping up in presents left and right. I'm sitting down there. I'm drinking my coffee. He's like, "How'd you get in my house?" I'm like, "I spent the night. You just didn't know I was here."
These are all some weird fantasies here.
Mother is on my lap. Pretty much just saying, "Oh, we're just smiling and beaming of all the joy we're bringing Ed." And then he comes and disappoints me by playing Fortnite. It's just you're just such a disappointment sometimes. Fortnite.
False.
I am the person that I said, like, why do you play Fortnite? I mean, it's like playing Roblox.
So I don't. Roblox is strictly a kid's game, isn't it?
Ed, there was a literally article.
To be fair,
you want to confine,
you could have made any decision. The result would have been the same.
Like I said, I played Fortnite with people, Killer Instinct, and Dead by Daylight.
People, you mean other
20s, 30s
children?
No, there's adults that play Fortnite.
There are many adults. Yeah,
Fortnite is still a good game. So,
I mean, not a lot of kids know who Doom Guy is or Master Chief.
That's true.
Or
I feel like a lot of people know about Master Chief.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
Maybe not Doom Guy. That I could see that being a little bit of a stretch for sure.
Master Chief has sadly come to that state where. Yes, that's probably true.
You think
Doom Guy is now in Fortnite. For those who don't know.
I think Doom Guy's probably has more exposure than Master Chief at this
No,
point.
that's actually doubtful because
I would say that Doom Guy pops up in more other stuff than Master Chief does. That kids would recognize Doom Guy.
I'm sorry, Dark Side, but I'm gonna have to side with Ed on this one.
Yeah.
Who else hangs around that many prepubescent children
wow.
that has like the knowledge of what it is?
Wow.
I guess I'll have to.
I gotta go with
that. Just take a word
I mean, but to be fair, Ed does a lot of volunteer work with the youth, so that's why he might be more hip to certain things that kids know about, which is fine. Like I'm not even gonna joke. I'm not even gonna go down this.
I'm just hip in general, but
okay, I'll try and save you. Okay, I mean, you do drive a white vehicle. I'm not gonna say if it's a car or a van.
It's a car.
Sure.
Well, I wasn't going down this road here. I mean, like we like to bust his balls, but
I wasn't going down.
I guess we'll draw a line
somewhere. We just draw a line. Okay.
Yeah.
But,
let's go easy on it.
But okay, but no, I mean, Fortnite is cool. I mean, that is a. Hey, I gotta give Fortnite credit. That's the only genre or only game ever that I've known that has so many crossovers, which means it must be very popular. I mean, I got my money back from all the V-Bucks I spent back in the day, so I can't even talk shit.
Yeah.
Like I played Fortnite back in like 2017, so I mean, it is
well,
what it is.
I'll say this. So I'm not big into Fortnite. I only started playing when the lockdown happened, when the pandemic started. I will say this though, love it or hate it, they did start the whole crossplay thing happening between PlayStation and Xbox and Nintendo.
Oh, they didn't have a choice.
Yeah, but if it wasn't for that, other games companies wouldn't follow suit.
Well,
or be allowed to follow suit.
They didn't have a choice.
Think it would have eventually happened.
Eventually, I don't think it would have happened.
Eventually, I mean, it's been what 30 plus years. All of a sudden now, within the last 3 years. Crossplay.
Yeah, but look at all the stuff that you said Sony wouldn't do and Sony's doing. So
yeah,
like, I
they're
mean,
only
like
doing it because of the whole thing
pressure
with
from competition.
well,
Yeah.
pressure
Yeah.
for Fortnite.
Well,
Well,
yeah.
I think it's just pressure from competition. I think because Microsoft, like, I mean, you get, like, think about it the other way when, you know, Games for Gold, when that was around, and they were pressured by PlayStation Plus to, you know, excuse me, change their offerings to be included in the price value. So I think that, you know, it goes back and forth. It goes back and forth. The only person who doesn't abide by company pressure to change is Nintendo. But the other
Actually,
two,
Nintendo
the other
followed
two go
suit.
back and forth.
It was PlayStation that didn't want to follow suit right away.
Right, but eventually they do, is what I'm saying. They have to.
But it's because of Fortnite.
Even when we were talking about it then, we all like, we all agreed that it would eventually happen.
But it was because Fortnite was the catalyst, if you'll say. It was a reason.
It would have been any popular game, though. Do you understand? Like, I mean, it's not Fortnite is not special, but it could have been Call of Duty. It could have been whatever kids were playing.
Then why
at that
have it?
time.
Call of Duty's been around a whole lot longer than Fortnite.
Yeah, but kids don't play a lot of Call of Duty. It's either Minecraft that would have done it.
Minecraft's been a lot longer, been here longer than Fortnite too. That's a Microsoft game.
True. But I don't give Fortnite any special credit. I think it was just right place, right time.
No,
I mean, pandemic had a big part of
love it or hate it. It's because of Fortnite. If it was Call of Duty or Minecraft, I would give it its props too. But it happened to be Fortnite.
So you think Fortnite did something
is a reason
special
that push PlayStation?
Yeah,
Xbox,
it's the reason, but I don't think it was
That's what I'm saying.
Special. Okay, yeah, I think we agree on it. It could have been anything though. It just happened to be Fortnite.
No, if it could have been anything, then why didn't Call of Duty, Minecraft, or any other?
All right. Well, here's what I'm saying. Like, let's say at this time, a game I invented called Blip Blop was real popular at this time, as popular as Fortnite. Then we would all be saying, "Oh, Blip Blop did it then too." What I'm saying is, yeah. Okay. All right.
It was Fortnite.
To be
Love
fair,
or hate it, it's Fortnite. I'm saying.
I think Ed's on fire today. I don't know what's going on because Green Tuner agreed with him today. I'm about to agree with him as well. I think Fortnite was the huge catalyst for crossplay. Crossplay in the sense of there's always been crossplay like between like Xbox and PC, PlayStation, PC. It all depends, but. I think because of the popularity of Fortnite and how big Fortnite has gotten, it only made sense for PlayStation and Xbox, PC, Nintendo Switch, Android phone to allow this game to become crossplay across all platforms. But I think the biggest thing is that it was not put on Sony to do it. It wasn't like this is Sony having a first party title and having to do crossplay with other platforms. I mean, Epic Games is third party, so really the onus is on them to allow crossplay. And I think the difference is with what Ed is saying is that crossplay in of itself, when it is tied to the individual consoles, they're still not opening everything up to be crossplay. So if it's a third party game. Well, the first party games, they're not even going on other consoles. So they like Xbox does it with PC, but they're not going to do it with Sony. Third party titles will allow crossplay. It's not really on the console creators anymore to allow third party or crossplay. It's really on the third party publisher to be able to do so. So for Fortnite, it made sense to work out a deal with all these other console makers to allow crossplay to become a thing because, I mean, it's just money in everybody's pocket. For every amount of V-Bucks that is spent on the PlayStation Store, PlayStation gets a cut of it. Same thing for Xbox. So everybody can eat, everybody can get money from it, and it's a big game. So I would have to agree with Ed. Like crossplay.
Well, the way you explain it, I also agree with Ed. But I think my major, I guess maybe no one's disagreeing with me. My belief is that there's nothing special about Fortnite. I think it was, like I said, right place, right time, and Sony.
I mean,
and the industry had to react.
But it has had staying power.
It has staying power, but I don't think it offers anything special.
Not to
I think
you.
Well, the
it's
thing is,
just-
You
But
say
to a lot of
that.
people,
You
it
say
does.
that, but
Well,
to the millions and millions and millions of fans of
Yeah, I was gonna
Fortnite,
say
or
it
yeah,
must
Yeah.
obviously be doing something right if it
it
has that
does,
many
but
people
can
playing
you
it.
tell me what it does special?
Yes, and what it does
I don't
special,
play
Right.
it.
what it
Uh,
does special different than I think that any other shooter has done thus far
Mhm.
is able to be able to reach down to the lower demographics of children. So Fortnite, what Call of Duty was not able to do, Call of Duty was catered to more to teenagers and young
Mhm.
adults. Fortnite is catered to that same demographic, but it can also be I think Fortnite is a teen game still, but
yeah.
it's marketed and it's picked up traction with the younger crowd. So
Mhm.
the younger crowd, when they see a Batman, a lot of kids know what a Batman is. They know what Spider-Man is. They know Dragon Ball Z to an extent. They know all these different cameos that are happening in this game. That is allowing them to have some what's a good word? It allows them
It's
to
a relatable IP,
relatable.
and it
Yes,
just
relatable.
keeps the IP fresh. I'll agree
Yes.
with that. I absolutely agree that they rotate IP. They know how to keep things fresh, but at the end of the day, bottom line, tell me what's special about Fortnite. It's just popular right now.
Well, it's one of the top.
Right.
Minecraft. If I asked
It's
you,
been
tell me
popular
what's
for a
special about
long time.
Minecraft a couple years ago, you would sell me on it because there was nothing like Minecraft before Minecraft.
Well, there's
That-
nothing. It's a battle royale.
Right. So
Battle
right.
royales were not big before. Fortnite came around the same period of the battle royale hype. So you had your
Mhm.
PUBG, you had your Fortnite.
But it
Those
didn't create the battle royale formula. It adapted.
it
the battle
adapted to it.
royale.
Yeah,
a
it
lot
adapted
of
to
a lot of games do that though.
Popularized. You could
Most
say
popular
popularized. I'll agree with
games,
that.
Yeah.
most
Yeah.
popular games improve on something that already exists.
Right, but
It's
all those
rare
concepts
for-
came before. I don't attribute Fortnite to anything except being crafty with IP and being popular with kids.
Well, that's the thing. That's something that's never.
But
been
that
done
is something
before.
to yeah, I'll tip my hat to that. But I
Yeah.
don't see it as a special game that'll go down, in like as for innovation or something special. Now, it speaks to a certain generation of children and Ed, but like I'm just saying that
It's not just me. There are plenty of adults actually play Fortnite.
I know they do.
He's
I
cracking-
he's
I
cracking
just don't.
jokes.
You're
Yeah.
just hating. That's all. That's all.
I'm not
That's all it
hating.
Why
is.
you
I'm
hating?
just
Why you hating?
Yeah, why you hating?
because it's easy. It makes you happy.
Yeah.
That's
Ed,
that.
Ed, why?
Shit, everyone asked.
Like Ed, why do we have to listen to these haters all the time? It's like it's you and me against the world, bro. You and me
Oh, I'm
against the
not.
world.
I'm not
What
listening.
the hell?
Yeah.
At this
I
point,
hear
it's
it,
just
I'm not
us three
listening.
against our
It
side.
really is.
Well, why are you lumping me in?
No, I don't want to put you in there because you always siding with Ed. So you need to go on the opposite side for once.
Oh, that's true. You know what? Fuck you, Ed.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Well, it was a good try, boys. I remain convinced, but I will respect your
Well,
decisions.
with the Fortnite, there's also different modes that it's offered, like the build mode where people actually build stuff.
Copied
was-
from Minecraft and popularized
Well,
way
it's
before.
not. It's not like Minecraft. You're building like ramps and walls.
I
and stuff
believe
like
you
that.
can do that in Minecraft.
Not to the extent of Minecraft. In Minecraft, you can build Death Stars. You can't do that in Fortnite. I mean, there's a big
Well, I
difference.
think the crafting aspect, is again, like I attribute crafting to Minecraft.
Well, I was going to say also there's different modes to Fortnite. So there's a no build mode where there's no building at all. It's just straight up.
You're doing what?
You're shooting people.
But,
That's
Right.
it.
So again, I don't attribute that to Fortnite at all either.
But the same
Yeah,
thing is, but I think the good point. I don't want to stay on this topic for too long, but I think the point is that ultimately, and I'm gonna give everybody they can wrap it up. But I think the thing is like what Darkseid said was perfect. It was Fortnite isn't necessarily might not be the creator of all these things, right? But it took each parts of different genres, combined it into one roof, which is Fortnite, and did it well. And like Minecraft was successful in of itself, the building aspect. But if you take building and then you take a shooter like PUBG, which was another battle royale, there's Daisy or no H1Z1. There's all these other shooters that were out there, these battle royales, and then
What was the first one?
I
the
would say-
Russian one?
PUBG.
I think
PUBG. You're right.
I think.
no, PUBG wasn't the first. I think there was one before that. There was H1Z1.
H1Z1. Yeah,
H1Z1 was before that, but I don't know if that was the original battle royale. But in either case, I have to agree with Darkseid with the fact that you take all these things, you put them under one roof, and then you capitalize on what makes them popular, make it work within one game, and then boom, you get yourself a Fortnite. And the fact that they were genius with switching these IPs. I mean, like I said, we have never seen or we never thought in a million years that we would see a game where Darth Vader can do a Kamehameha wave and kill Batman while he's flying on a scooter that's inspired by Rick and Morty.
Or riding on a flying Nimbus with a gun in his hand.
Sure, yeah. Goku with a gun, exactly. Goku with a gun, straight shooting the shit out of people. I mean, they're still doing new updates with My Hero Academia. I mean, there's all these things that are coming out. So, Fortnite, I think overall, I have to agree also, I think you're both right. But Darkside is saying right place at the right time. They had just the perfect storm, the perfect formula, and were around when it was needed. It was able to succeed the most. And I have to also agree with the Underground that Fortnite is a great game for the fact of what they can offer. They are top of everything, and their push to do crossplay over all major platforms is a testament to how popular Fortnite was for this generation of kids and adults, or just this generation of gamers. So I think you both have very valid points. I think you might be trying to compare two different things, maybe.
Because one hates, one
Possibly.
doesn't. But yes.
Yeah.
Shut
well,
the
that's good
fuck.
enough.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, outside of that, I mean, now, guys, we're at the end of the year. It's 2022. I mean, that's crazy. We're at episode 70. We started this podcast what, a year and a quarter ago, and
I think so.
yeah, like a long time ago, and here we are. No, actually, wait, let me take that back. We're almost coming up to 2 years of this podcast. Now that I think about it,
Oh damn!
shit,
Yeah.
like yeah,
For a
we
weekly podcast, that's pretty messed up that we're at 70.
70, right? Yeah, yeah, we
speaks to
did.
some other major.
There's
issues
a little
there.
bumps here and there. You know what I mean?
Sure,
Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
sure.
But we've come a long way. So I mean, this is gonna be our final episode for the year, which is kind of cool. But yeah, we got some. I forgot. What are we gonna talk about the movie first, or we're gonna talk about our list first?
Well, let's go through our thoughts on let's go through our lists and then we
Okay.
can wrap up with the movie.
Well, let me just say this though. With our list, we're gonna talk at great length about the list. I'm sure. Are you
possibly.
You sure we want to
Possibly.
expend that much energy and then go into reviewing the show?
I
Or
think
the movie, I mean?
fire. I mean,
Let's see how we feel. Like, so just for
Okay.
our viewers, we reviewed Glass Onion, a Knives Out story. Just came out on Netflix like a week ago. So we reviewed that movie. If we don't review it in this episode, we'll review it in a subsequent episode. But for what we want to talk about, our main topic for today was going through our top 5 lists. Individually of the things that we were most excited for 2022, and then we'll quickly talk about also a list of things, our biggest disappointments of 2022 as well.
sure.
And our top 5 list is going to be actually like, we're going to go through and say this is our number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our biggest disappointment, we don't necessarily need to order those, and it could be whatever, it doesn't have to be 5. It could be 2 things, 3 things, whatever disappointed you the most of 2022. And we promise this year we will not say Ed for our most biggest
For the
disappointment.
big greatest.
Wait, did
greatest
we
achievements?
say Ed last year?
I believe
I think we
last year-
all.
yeah.
I mean, it was unwritten, unspoken.
The
I think,
greatest
but I think the
achievement
audience
of
is on
the
our
year.
side there.
Yeah, we
It's
were.
a cliche. We
The
won't do
greatest
it. I'm
achievement of the
sorry.
year.
Yeah, I mean, even
It's a
Ed.
cliche.
Yeah, even Ed said he was disappointed in himself last year.
That's the greatest achievement of the year.
Sure.
Every year.
So we won't do that again this year, but please just know in our hearts we know what number Ed is at, and it's definitely not in our top 5.
Number 1, baby.
Yeah,
Number
biggest
one.
Disappointments?
He's
You
number
sure
one in
are.
that. Yeah,
Greatest
let's just
achievements,
sure.
like I've been saying.
I didn't want to say it, but
You are number 1, baby. You
Yeah,
just said
our
it.
number
Greatest
one.
achievements,
Our
like I've
number
been
one.
saying, baby.
Yeah, greatest achievement of being a
Uncontested,
failure.
uncontested.
Yeah, go for it.
we love you.
All right.
Okay, so let's go.
Of course, I
ahead.
love it.
Yeah, I love those sweet
I
cheeks.
think.
Oh,
Mhm.
Yeah,
dear God.
for sure.
Just
He'll pop
grab
up
those
on
bony
many
ass
lists, I'm
cheeks.
sure. If we
Oh,
were
these
to
keys
like
got some
get
meat.
family and friends involved, I think Ed would.
You
Are
do.
you
You
trying
never
to turn
said
me
though.
on, or what are you doing?
We just go down a list of like, we just like violate it. Like we talk about how hot he is, as sexy he
Oh
is.
yeah,
Then we
yeah.
go,
I get it all
Number
the time.
five favorite
I get it all
part
the
of
time.
Ed's,
it's
Ed's
top
body.
top five favorite
Those
parts of
Hershey
it.
nipples are number 5 for sure.
I get compliments all the time.
We know you do it.
How about your nipples?
Sure, that too. Yeah.
It reminds me of like Ren and Stimpy. What was that one guy who was it Toastman that always had his nipples
Yeah.
out?
Powdered toast, man.
Yes.
Powdered toast man.
Powdered Toast
Powdered
Man.
Toast
I just feel
Man.
like that's the underground nipples are just out. Buttery nose.
Or remember log? It was just a log.
Log, yeah.
Log,
That
yeah.
commercials. What a log! It's a log.
The kids loved it. That's actually a good like Christmas like gift type of like throwback reference because wasn't log always like a Christmas gift or like a birthday present or something?
Yeah,
like
it was
that?
some kind of gift. Yeah.
Yeah. Ren Sippy, man. That was a good show.
Oh, it was an amazing show. They
Oh,
tried
yeah.
to bring it back, but it just wasn't the same.
It wasn't the same.
Well, it's just like with Beavis and Butthead. Beavis and Butthead, they try to bring that back too, and it just
Did it get
doesn't-
I thought it
canceled?
was good. I watched the new stuff that came out this year. I
Yeah,
thought
they
it
came
was-
out with a
I just
movie
didn't
and
stick
a
around with
series.
it. Yeah, there was
Is
a
it-
movie
is
and
it
there
still
was a
going?
series.
Yeah. I don't
I
know if it's
believe
still
it'll
going.
be back for a new season. Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
yeah.
So, but okay, so let's go ahead and kick off our top 5 favorite things of 2022. It took us a whole year to get here.
Now we're gonna go. We're gonna start from number 5, and then we'll go all
Yeah, each one
around.
says they're number
Yeah.
5.
Number 5,
Each
and
one
then
says number 4,
we'll get
and
to
so on.
the top like
So
we did last
what's
year.
the-
We had a good time with it.
What's the order here, gentlemen?
What do you guys think? To start from the Ed Underground and then just work our way clockwise, or you want to start with me?
I can't
It
see
depends
the
on who's
how where
clockwise.
this
Okay, I'm
displayed,
sorry.
yeah.
Okay, so from
What is clockwise?
so
Wait, did he freeze?
No,
Oh,
he's trolling. I'm
Did he?
I'm sorry. I was
Oh,
just
I thought he
processing.
froze too. Everyone was so quiet.
Yeah, no, I was just processing. I'm sorry. So,
Okay.
You see that
yeah,
nonsense?
I'm
Yeah.
block it. That's fine.
What
Got it.
nonsense?
Somebody was talking about some shit in our Twitch chat. All good.
Is
Uh,
it
this is
butter
just about-
pills? Because forward that link to me, please.
yeah, he wants one of those
Butter
gas
pills?
station rhino pills. They
All
just
right.
they just have the lion and the tiger fighting and
Don't knock it till you
Yeah.
try that. I'm told.
some random naked man holding back 2 animals. Like, yeah, this will definitely take this pill. It'll definitely get you erect and not send you to the hospital in 4 hours.
The cover is just a guy like strangling a tiger with his dick. that's,
Like, nice.
that's the kind of dick pills I
Yeah, why don't
use.
you tell us what your clockwise looks like, and we'll
Okay.
just go
Yeah,
back.
So
'cause
clockwise,
it's-
I'm doing it based off what the stream sees. So
Mhm.
in the top right is me. Then
Mhm.
bottom right is you, Dark Side. Bottom
Mhm.
left is Green Tuner, and top left is Ed Underground. So we can start with myself.
Yeah, let's do that.
Do
Go
that.
for it.
Okay, and then we'll just go clockwise that way. And
Okay,
clockwise,
we're doing
Ed,
it live.
is
Yeah.
clockwise. Clockwise is like a clock. So what you see on the screen, you're going like a clock. Starts from
Like a
12
clock,
to
you say?
like a clock.
Interesting.
Yeah, you gotta use the word to define the word you're trying to use. Don't worry about it.
Concepts. here.
Yeah,
Go
it's
ahead.
just novel, very novel concept.
Mm.
Okay, so for number
right.
5, oh man, Bandito Max.
The
says,
more you know.
yeah, this podcast is so educational because you
Mhm.
never
It is very
I
educational.
mean, you came into this podcast thinking you're gonna learn about some nerd shit. Well, in reality, you're gonna learn what clockwise meant. So,
Mhm.
anytime we can help educate the masses, we do our best. All right,
We're
so,
all for the children in this show.
yeah, we
Mm.
love the children.
Mm.
So for my number 5, thing I was most excited for, and this list is kind of small. I mean, this list is, obviously very personal to me. I don't watch a lot of stuff. I don't play a lot of games. I play the same things. I watch kind of the same type of genre overall. So this list is, if anybody who knows me would know what my list kind of, it makes sense. So for number 5, for me is House of the Dragon, which is Game of Thrones spin-off series, a prequel to, if you watch the Game of Thrones main series, this is a prequel to that in the reign of the Targaryens after what was it called? Not the Sundering, it's called something else, the Devastation, I believe. But anywho, yeah, House of the Dragon. it's been a very, very, very fun series thus far. This is probably one of the first series I've ever done like major time jumps between episode. Most series that I've watched, is very linear. They handle a certain amount of time, in a character's life, and then they might do a time jump and so forth. But we're on one character, and in one season, we probably made 3 or 4 time jumps, which was phenomenal in episodes. I'm not gonna lie, I was very worried about it at first because I was assuming that this series was going to be just a hodgepodge of just shit. Because we know for the most part, most times spin-off series are not as good as the original series. Unfortunately, but we've seen some we've seen that kind of change recently in some other series that hopefully we get to review pretty soon. But yeah, for me, number 5 was House of the Dragon. I love Game of Thrones. I've been a big Game of Thrones fan. Haven't read the books because reading's for suckers. So yeah, just been enjoying the ride. And I think this season started off kind of slow, but the last episode, hot damn, it was a good episode.
Well, I will say that it's something that I enjoyed. However, I never finished, and it was something because all the things we were trying to catch up on, it's been on my radar to catch up on and finish the year. But I will feel
there's too much stuff.
There's a lot of stuff. Yeah, I feel the same way about House of the Dragon. I thought it was exceptional. And I think it's hard to stick that landing when it comes to reboots and sequel series or whatever it is. But I mean, they actually did a good job, and they had a lot going against them. So yeah, I mean, kudos to them. But yeah, I appreciate Creamcast that you didn't spoil too much because I do plan on trying to catch up on the end. But I've heard great things about it.
I appreciate also, Creamcast, that you don't read because reading is for nerds.
Exactly. If you read, I mean, you're kind of a dork. Like get the fuck out of here with that book. Yeah, you read books. Like, what do you hate the environment? Like, what? Like,
wow.
Why do I need to think? I need to actually just be able to ingest images, and then they do the thinking for me. Like, why do I have to come up with imagination?
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, see, we got people in the chat. Black Girls Hack talking about Cream's views do not represent his household. Reading is fundamental. And Bandito Max says fundamentally boring. Boom. And then he puts a twerking emote. I mean, goodness gracious.
That's a diverse sphere of thought that we have populated.
I'm sorry that you guys have to see, the think piece of Black Girls Hack, but she doesn't represent my views as well in this household. So,
but I think Bandito Max twerking emojis speak volumes about the topic also.
What do you mean by that?
I mean,
explain.
There's not much to be said.
Can you elaborate on that?
Yes, elaborate.
Elaborate.
Explain.
Explain, please.
Explain the twerking emote.
Yes.
I think.
Do you even know who that is?
Who?
Yeah, it's Morty. You can
see Morty. Well, I know who it is, but
I couldn't.
Oh yes, Eric said doesn't know who Morty is somehow.
Yes, I'm not familiar with that specific, very incredibly popular character.
Pause really quick, Paul. If you guys like Ren and Stimpy, I'm surprised you don't love Rick and Morty. I'm just saying.
I like it. I don't love it.
Go on.
Well, I think Rick and Morty, to be honest, I hate watching things that are super popular in the moment. Like Rick and Morty, like it's turned me off from the show. I'll watch the show in its entirety eventually, but I'm tired of people like the Ed Underground acting like the Rick and Morty is the second coming of cartoon.
Yeah, I will.
No. Hold on. So I'm the type of person. I don't care if it's popular or it's not popular. If I like it, I like it. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna play it. Whatever. I'm gonna do it because I like it, not because other people like it. No. I like Rick and Morty for what it is, not because of its popularity.
That's fine.
Yes,
but you say that you're
a unique flower, a butterfly in the world.
Yes, you're the one unique sheep amongst all the other sheep who say, hey, I only watch the show because I don't care what anybody else thinks, but all I hear is bah. You guys are all saying the same thing. So sure, you can be the individual snowflake. I'm just tired of all people talking about Rick and Morty.
Not a snowflake.
It's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah. What the hell happened to your kufi? And
what?
To your little hand. just
Oh, I took
noticed
my-
that you don't have your little hat anymore.
It's been what, 30 minutes?
Yeah.
All right, who's next on the list?
Be Dark Side with his
Dark
number
Side.
5. Yeah.
Hit us with your
All right.
bitch ass
My number 5 is going to be Matt Reeves' The Batman. That came out earlier.
That's number 5.
That's number 5.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's number 5 for me. I really liked it. It's
Wow.
very,
Wow, I'm
very,
surprised.
very good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I love Batman. So it's been a good year. It's been a good year for stuff. But yeah, that it was on all the variations of this list that I tried to put together. That was always something that stayed on that list. And yeah, I went up and down and moved, in various directions, but it was in the top 5. Absolutely. What can I say? It was really good. We all liked it. I think it breathes, I wouldn't say new life. It's kind of down a territory we've familiar with Batman, but it's nice to see a new interpretation on something that's always good to watch.
Yeah,
So,
familiar new interpretation, also more focused on low level crime,
yes,
which
I
was
like that.
cool.
That's something we've always
instead
asked
of-
for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
instead of being like,
Yep.
like Mr. Freeze or Ra's al Ghul trying to blow up an entire city. It was, I mean, it kind of got there towards the end. But
Mhm.
before that, with the Falcons and everything, it was really
Yeah.
cool to see that aspect of it.
My personal, and I've talked about this, my personal favorite type of Batman story is that year one low tech Batman, and this one kind of took that and ran with the formula in every way. I loved the reinterpretation of, like I said, the familiar type of Batman. Everything from the casting, which I really enjoyed, things like the new Wayne Manor, the new Batcave, the car, the look, his attitude. It just makes me want to revisit this universe with the potential of where we'll go, like the Joker thing that they did. That was so interesting to
Yeah.
take such a big hyped character and put that character in that position and let our imaginations and anticipation run wild. I hope that Matt Reeves doesn't take that as some kind of expectation from us and does whatever he wants to do, because I think that's the best place for him to be. I don't necessarily want to see Joker. I like the
I don't wanna see
idea of
Joker
him
either.
just there. I like him just baking like the biggest threat, and let's
Yeah.
just do other things that are cool and to revisit.
Yeah, you can save
things
the
that
Joker
haven't been
for
visited
later
before.
and get some other
Yeah,
guys in there
absolutely.
before.
Or not at all. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think we need to see the Joker again. I think there's
No, you're
a
right.
lot
No,
of great.
I think we do.
characters.
I think we do need to see a Joker, but I like how you're saying they kind of bake him in more as a psychological check against Batman instead of being
Yeah.
a like he'll be somebody like how he did with the Riddler, where he kind of they had that conversation like I'm thinking I'm crazy, but this is a person that truly understands me. And they
Mhm.
kind of did that with the Nolan Batman, but I like how this is like more of a psychological check against Batman. So I do want to see the Joker, but I want to see him instead of just walking around being goofy, he kind of be the sanity check for Batman, if that makes sense.
I think that we might be hitting Joker saturation with the Joker 2, the Joaquin Phoenix one coming out. So I
Yeah.
hope that they. I mean, I don't know.
It's going to be hard for them to compete against Joaquin's Joker if they try
Yeah.
to do a
Yeah.
new Joker.
Yeah, it is
So
a high bar. Joker's a very high bar to rise, especially with the last two performance. Well, I don't count Jared Leto. There,
Yeah,
but
don't count
No.
Leto.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, don't count
Yes,
Leto.
I know he's your
No.
favorite. I know he's
No,
the
he's
best
not my-
Joker.
Keep-
For that
Ah.
0.5 seconds. No,
Yes,
but what
only
you
that
can say for
Joker.
the 0.5
Ah.
seconds where they showed him in the alternate future.
That's the only Joker I like. So yeah, you
Yeah.
fuck off with
Yes.
trying to.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Terrible.
Oh, he's damaged. What?
Yeah, damn it's right.
Gonna hurt you
Really bad.
God, Jared
All right, well-
Leto, fuck off. Man. Stay away from superhero movies. This is not for you, man.
It's
Nah,
morbing
Jared Leto,
Or
time.
never
hero
stop.
movies.
It
Never
is
stop,
morbid
Jared
Or
Leto.
hero
You hear me?
movies
Never
Never
entirely.
stop.
Morbing. You know what? I wish he becomes the next Lobo. Just go ham.
Leto?
Go ham, Jared Leto.
No, please.
Lobo.
Lobo.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, brother.
You already messed up. What's that vampire? Whatever.
I just said it
Morbius?
morbing time. It's morbing time, baby.
Oh God.
Jared Leto, I think we said before, he's a good actor, but not a main actor, at least for
He's
right
a
now.
good supporting actor.
Yeah.
He's an awesome supporting actor.
I think he could be a good main actor. I think
He needs the right
They've
role.
giving him so many chances. They've
Do you think
giving
so?
him
That's the
so
script,
many
but it's
chances.
not him though. It's the script.
I agree with.
How many times do you have to fail before it is the actor?
But I think you don't
As a lead
attribute
actor.
Jared Leto to the failure. Like I don't think you attribute that guy to the failures that he's associated with. I think it's more the creative forces that he's working with.
It
Like,
might be, but what I'm saying is, out of all those times that he's had chances to be the main actor in plenty of movies, he hasn't been able to pull it off once.
I think it's a combination of both.
So how many chances does he need?
I think he needs just the right role.
He has high highs. I mean, the man is an Academy Award nominee. He keeps getting great roles.
Yeah, as a supporting
in
actor.
between all these like jokes we throw out, he will keep landing great roles. And yeah, a lot of them are for supporting. But the man's an accomplished actor. I don't hate the music that he makes either. I mean, I don't
think he's bad either.
What does the music have to do with his acting? I'm strictly speaking of him being the main.
I think he's saying he's talented.
The lead role.
No, Jared Leto is extremely talented, and
nobody's saying he's not talented. I'm just saying as people have their strengths when it comes to either acting, when it comes to any kind of endeavor, right? I
think he's a good actor.
Is not being the lead actor.
I disagree with you. I think he's fine as a lead actor.
Then
I think
whenever he actually makes a good movie that we can all agree is him being a good lead actor, then we can revisit this.
Wasn't
but until
he the
then,
lead actor in Requiem for a Dream?
In what?
Requiem for a Dream. He was the lead actor. Now, I don't think I'm emotionally scarred from watching that movie, but I believe that, yeah, he was the lead there. He was good in that movie.
I have to revisit that. I have to revisit it. I'm not sure. I can't say. You might be right. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, we'll just see what happens. I think.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I mean, his roles have been less than superb, but I think he's just he is a comic book fan. So I think he just kind of gets so excited. Like,
so is Nicolas Cage.
Well, Nicolas Cage is not. I don't think as good as an actor as Jared Leto.
He named his son Kal-El. How much bigger?
Well, because he thought he was going to be Superman. That's why he thought he was going to be Superman.
That is cool. I mean, what's the problem there?
What?
I think
Kal-El?
it's cool.
That's cool. That's a cool name.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, his acting.
Yeah. What about his acting? It's superb.
It's an unintentional comedy for me at times. A lot of his movies, unintentionally a comedy.
No, I mean, what are you talking about? Hold on. Are you talking about Nicolas Cage?
Yeah, I like him.
Did you guys forget about the critically acclaimed Marvel movie, Ghost Rider? That was a phenomenal Marvel movie before Marvel was a thing.
I actually watched both of those movies this year to revisit how great they were, and sure enough, he's amazing.
He is amazing.
He is amazing. We can all agree that he's a shit actor, but goddamn, I love me some Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, he's one of the greatest shit actors. Like, Con Air is probably still one of my top 20 movies of all time, and because he's like
he went to jail for what's a deadly weapon or something stupid because he killed it too.
I think he makes eccentric choices, but I think we're joking around. I think he's a really good actor.
He is a good actor. No, he really
makes he rises to the occasion choices. Yeah.
Yes.
No, it's called he spends too much money and needs to maintain his lifestyle.
Yeah, sure.
And basically will make anything for money.
But you gotta remember, he was in the height of his career in the 90s and early 2000s. Like, he probably never thought that things will go down ever. So
I want to take his fish off.
Right.
I got it. Yeah. Okay. Let's keep going. This is gonna be like a 6-hour podcast.
Yeah.
All right. No. Green Turner, you're next.
Okay. So my number 5. Mm-hmm. So are we just doing it to like media or just everything all around?
The top 5 things.
Everything.
Oh, okay.
Anything.
Wait. Anything?
Okay.
Yes.
In that case, because I have 2 number 5s, so I'm gonna get rid of one. So it would be the World Cup. That's my number 5.
Oh, sure.
I love the World Cup. Every 4
one.
years, I'm always all fucking excited.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This year was no different, even though the ending could have gone a little bit better. Maybe having Argentina lose.
Mm-hmm.
But, beggars can't be choosers. Excellent World Cup.
Absolute opposite.
So,
amazing World Cup. I didn't even, it's a top 10 thing for me too. It was amazing.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that Green Tuner chose the World Cup as in the top 5 list. I mean, that's such a stereotypical thing. I mean, next number
It's every
4.
4 years.
Number 4 is going to be Modelo. Number 3 is going to be
Ducati.
yeah. Right? So, like, what else could it be? I don't know. But okay, no. World Cup
Alright.
was I mean, every 4 years. No, it was. This was the upset of World Cups for sure.
Mhm.
I mean, if you, I don't know. Do they have like you know how they do for like the NCAA brackets and so forth? Like the March, like if you get the bracket 100% correct, you get $1 million or something like that. I think before they did one where Warren Buffett was like he'll give a person like $1 billion or something crazy like that if they can get a perfect bracket on the NCAA games, and no one ever gets it. And like everybody's like, oh, because of course everybody's gonna pick the most obvious winners, but there's always upsets. So do they do that for the World Cup at all? Do you know? There's any companies that do that?
I'm sure. There's so many.
Well, I don't know. The
'cause,
most obvious winners always seem to win. So I mean,
Yeah. Well, this time, like, all joking aside, Argentina deserved it. They just had a much better game. But yeah, it like, especially like in Europe, gambling on soccer is completely legal. So I'm sure there's some crazy wagers out there for the World Cup.
Saying, do you have do you have anything like I think I think last year it was, I don't know, it was like TurboTax. It was some company that offered like I said, I think Warren Buffett was behind it, like offering $1 billion if you get a perfect bracket.
I'm not sure. I don't think so, but I don't know. I honestly I'm not sure.
Yeah, I just wonder if World Cup does that. I mean, I don't know if it's less teams than I think it's less teams than like an NCAA bracket, but no, that'd be kind of cool if they did. So I mean, I just wonder if anybody came close. Like if there's anybody on record came close to guessing that this World Cup.
The way that it played out, there's no way.
There's no way Morocco would,
especially with Morocco.
Like with this
Morocco completely
bracket.
killed anyone's bet strategy.
Right.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, there were a lot of early upsets. So if that's the case, if you like if that's part of the bracket, like the early games, then yeah, there's no way anyone would have picked Saudi Arabia to upset Argentina right off the bat. You know what I mean? All these other weird ones.
Right.
So
I was just curious. All right, that's pretty cool. So that's dope. Number 5.
Great addition.
All right.
Eduardo,
let's go.
So I kept mine to media. I didn't know it was supposed to be everything in general, so I kept mine to media. So my
that's okay.
Follow instructions. That's fine.
Suck it. So for my number 5, it was between Dragon Ball Z and, believe it or not, Avatar. But I'm going to stick with Dragon Ball Z.
When you say Dragon Ball Z, now what 2022 release? The movie?
The movie, yeah. Dragon Ball Superhero.
Really? That made your top 5 list.
For media.
List.
Yeah, it's my list.
Respect the list.
Hey guys.
I would definitely be curious why that made the list, but yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so why did it make a list?
Hit us.
Yeah.
Just being Dragon Ball Z. The new forms. It's just kind of very simple.
Okay, I mean that makes sense. I mean,
it's my number 5. It's number 5. I have other.
Oh, they had new forms.
Yeah, they became new forms. Piccolo went from green to orange.
What is it? Did it bring you back? It gave you nostalgia.
It gave me nostalgia.
Expound on it.
It gave me nostalgia. I still do prefer the Broly one because that was more exciting. There, when I saw the Broly one,
are we thinking of the same Broly movie? The one where they introduced him?
The new one.
Or are you talking about
Broly movie?
The new one.
Oh, I never watched the new Broly movie.
Oh, well,
the newest one. It was a Broly movie.
Yeah.
The newest movie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No. I'm sorry. There's okay. So I'm just make sure we're saying the same thing. The one that just came out didn't have Broly in it.
Correct.
It did not have Broly.
But there was a new one that came out in 2020, I believe.
The series of newer films that they're making, they reintroduced kind of the universe, like again, that was canon and non-canon. So Broly was Light, right? Am I correct? Officially
Broly was
put into the canon.
non-canon,
Yeah,
and now
Broly
he's
was not
Yes,
canon.
yeah,
canon.
and
Now it's
it
canon.
started with a new recent movie, so it was a
So-
couple years back.
Yeah.
The original Broly movie, because that's the only one that I watched.
No,
The original
that's,
Broly movie, that's
that's
non-canon.
separate.
That's
That's
not
non-canon.
canon.
That's
Not
non-canon.
canon.
That was like a
Yeah.
story, a separate story, just with the Dragon Ball characters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just take
Okay,
all
okay,
those
alright.
all those old Dragon Ball movies back in the day.
Yeah.
Those are all not canon. Just take those as non-canon
Okay.
for the most part. I don't think there's
Okay,
any
okay.
that were canon.
So you mean
Yeah,
to tell me
there's
that
none.
I think you're
Broly's sole gripe was that Goku cried too much?
Back then, yeah.
That's not his reason for hating
Mm.
Goku anymore.
Not this time. Actually, this time he
Oh.
doesn't hate Goku.
Oh, all right.
Well, enough talking about that movie. Why don't you zero in on this movie? What about this movie? Put it at number 5 in your list, other than the sweet forms.
Well, surprisingly, the art style, I didn't like the commercials for it, the trailers, but actually watching it in theaters, I do like the art style. I don't prefer it over the Broly movie, but it is a good art style. Story, it's Dragon Ball Z. It's kind of simple, but I do like the new forms. I do like the progression. I do like the characters. It's just more so the nostalgia of seeing Dragon
That's
Ball
fine,
Z
yeah.
on the big screen.
On
Like,
the big screen.
Mm.
yeah, like back then. That
Who was the
not a
villain
thing.
in this?
Who was the villain in this?
It was Broly.
No.
Oh, Broly was a
It
villain.
was
in this?
not
Oh.
really. It was really Frieza.
Red Ribbon Army.
Oh, you're
Oh, the
talking
Red
about-
Ribbon
oh,
Army.
I'm sorry. I'm talking. I thought you were
You
talking
the
about.
newest one?
He's talking about.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. I was thinking Broly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the one.
This is the
They're
newest
Red Ribbon
iteration of the Red Ribbon Army. Yeah, we talked
Oh.
about it on a podcast we do.
Yeah.
Shit, I totally blanked out. I
You should
forgot
check it
about
out. Flirt podcast.
Okay.
Twitch.tv.
Twitch.tv.com/the
Yeah.
word podcast.
Yeah, .com is definitely .com. 100%.
But yeah, that was yeah, I'm kind of surprised that I thought our general takeaway from that movie, I saw it with Ed Underground. I remember that great time at the IMAX. I thought our general takeaway was not as hot and heavy, but I'm sure I'm remembering it wrong. But I know you love.
Well,
your Dragon
maybe
Ball Z.
to you it wasn't as hot as heavy, but for Ed, he was probably like.
I
full
thought we shared like
full mast.
certain thoughts on the like Goku was not the main character, Vegeta was not. I found that refreshing.
Yeah.
And
Who was the main character?
it
Red Ribbon
was-
Army. Oh wait, main character, good wise.
Kron? No.
Gohan.
Sorry.
Gohan.
Gohan?
And
Gohan,
Piccolo.
Piccolo. Yeah.
Oh,
Piccolo,
cool.
yeah.
All
Piccolo
right.
became
That's
purple,
a good team up.
right?
No.
Of all the
Yellow.
colors.
Yellow,
Yeah. Close
Green?
enough. Yep.
blue.
Close.
Of all the colors, you picked
Magenta.
Magenta. Nice. No, that's actually.
All right. Well,
outfit
he
of
definitely
yours.
went through some changes. It was really interesting. A lot of growth
What
for
color
that
did he
character.
become then?
Orange.
Or is dark side
Orange.
completely? Oh, he did become orange.
Yeah, he became orange.
Orange.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he
Uh,
became orange. And Gohan has a beast form.
So is it adult Gohan?
adult
Yeah, it's
Gohan.
adult, it's adult Gohan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is Gohan who is refinding himself as a warrior, because in the Dragon Ball, Z universe, he kind of becomes weak again, becomes useless after the whole Z series ends. So this is him reimagined as an actual competent warrior.
Fellow
Okay.
Dragon Ball Z super fan Black Girls Hack chimes in that that's a great movie. So
Oh no, she was talking
I
about
love
It is.
I'm for me, she's talking about Dragon Ball, so I think it's
Yeah, she's a big
Sure,
Dragon
sure,
Ball
yeah,
Z
she's
fan.
big
What you
time,
told me.
big time.
Yep, great.
Dragon Head.
She's one of the biggest Dragon Ball Z fans.
You guys do the fusion dance every morning.
every morning. I mean,
mean,
there's some dragon and some balls happening.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not gonna say on whose end the dragon is happening, but it is what it is.
I couldn't point out a Z anywhere.
Yeah,
Never seen one.
Fuckers, I say never seen one.
yeah. No, what she was talking about was
Interesting.
Requiem for a Dream.
that's what you're saying.
ass to ass.
Yeah.
Very class.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Number 4.
Number 4 for myself, kicking it off. This is something that you guys probably will not be surprised of. But it was Chainsaw Man. Number 4.
That was my number 5.
oh.
If the World Cup wasn't in there.
Well,
wow.
like I said,
Yeah.
Very
Oh,
nice.
she's talking about Con Air. Oh yeah, that's what it
Con
was.
Air.
Con Air. I'm sorry.
Ooh,
Yes,
Con Air's
It's-
great.
yeah, great.
Oh, great
Fucking love
movie.
Con Air.
Yeah.
What was his name? Wasn't his
Leanne
name something
Rams.
stupid like Dallas or
No, Dallas was Fifth Element.
Fifth Element?
What?
He had like
now
a
I'm-
really
he had a great name.
corny
He had a great
action
name.
hero
You're right.
No, I think what's his name? Kevin something. Con
I
Air.
don't think so.
Evan.
Cameron Poe.
Cameron Poe.
Cameron
Cameron
Poe.
Poe.
What was his name in
Who-
Face Off?
Who was
He had
the
a great
villain
name
though?
in
Who was the
Face
villain
Off.
though? Face Off, he had a great name too.
Let's see.
was
Face
it?
Off.
Face Off.
Great first name.
Castor Troy.
Castor
Yes.
Troy.
Ooh.
Castor Troy,
What?
baby.
Yeah. Yeah, Castor Troy.
Remember how
Love
corny the villain from Con Air was? What's his name?
Not John Malkovich. Is it John
Yeah.
Malkovich? Yeah, John Malkovich.
Malkovich, yeah.
Yes.
Where he
Yeah.
was like supposedly like a super dangerous guy, but he was like
Mhm,
spouting
mhm.
poetry in the air.
Well, he was a hacker. Like what made him dangerous wasn't the fact that he was just a regular guy. He was like a big time, like he was Cyrus the Virus. That's what he was called. Cyrus the
Cyrus
Virus.
the Virus.
Cyrus the Virus. God, why do I know so much about this stupid movie? Like
It's a
all I
great
hear-
movie.
now I hear
Great
now I
movie.
hear like Leanne Rhymes in the back. Remember every time he would get that damn bunny, like he would have Leanne Rhymes in the background. Like
Mhm.
I can't even do it. Like it's too high for me. But like it's just like God, it's such a corny ass movie, but I loved it. And Dave Chappelle, like I love Dave
Mhm.
Chappelle. in
Oh
that.
yeah.
How you
Mhm.
felt?
Hey,
he's
he
good,
makes
man.
bangers.
He
makes
does.
bangers.
Hey, he was always a good supporting character for sure.
Mm.
All right, so yeah,
Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man. Yeah, Chainsaw Man. Like I read the complete manga, absolutely loved it. It was just such a great series. It really like subverts your expectations on what an anime should be. I mean, we've all seen like the pervy kind of anime, like shonen type of characters and whatnot, but this takes it to a whole new level where it always exceeds your expectations of what you think is going to happen. Like when Denji, is making out with a girl and the girl throws up in his mouth.
Yeah.
Like, he's just desperately trying to get a first kiss.
Well, what I like about it is that he's unapologetically perverted. Because in all the other animes, whenever it's a pervert, he's like a shy guy, but the girls are always all over him and everything.
Right.
That's usually the stereotype of like the anime guy that's perverted.
Right.
It's
But in this one,
2022
like
now.
he's completely unapologetic. It's literally all he wants.
Well,
he
he's a
just wants to
teenager.
touch boobs and make out.
Yeah, he's
That's
a
his
teenager.
goal.
So
So-
I mean, thinking back when I was a teenager, like, yeah, I mean, we've all been young men, and as we're coming of age, we find certain body parts very attractive in women, and it's like he does it in a,
Mhm.
obviously like a caricature of a teenager. I mean, obviously he's getting ripped apart at the same time, getting decapitated,
Mm.
and that kind of doesn't happen to us, but it's still a very fun series, and the animation is great. Reading the manga and coming to the anime is it's kind of a breath of fresh air for sure.
It is. To be honest, one thing that really pulled me to the show is the character design.
Yeah,
That's what hooked me, and then the show got me. But the character design is so unique
yeah, it
and
is.
so like visually appealing. Well, I'm like, shit, I gotta check out what the fuck this is about
yeah,
because I've never seen that type of weird aesthetic
yeah.
that the main character has, which is really, really, really cool. And then the demons are fucking awesome as hell too. Every demon is different. They're not the same variation of the same demon over and over again so far from what I've seen in the anime.
It kind of
Because let's say like Berserk, from what I remember, the demons kind of fell into the same range of demon. There were just variations of the same type of demon,
yeah,
where it was always like grotesque and
phallic or-
exactly phallic and different things. That with Chainsaw, it can be a giant fox, it can be a giant snake, it can be a blob, it can be a creature with 100 faces on it.
yeah.
It's it's very creative.
Believe it or not, there's actually similar animes like that now. In my opinion, I would say.
to what?
Like
Chainsaw Man.
well, the demons, the designs of demons look wise, like Demon Slayer, or I would even say Naruto a little bit.
Demon
with the-
Slayer, I would disagree with. Demon Slayer is pretty generic in that it's a typical shonen. I don't
The
think
demons.
Yeah, the demons. I don't think that's I think the demons in there are kind of more what you expect, typical humanoid demon type characters. But with Chainsaw Man, like you can get a tree that's a demon that has an eye in the middle of his stomach that says, you know, I'm excited for the future and shit, and like likes to dance to K-pop. So Demon Slayer is very shonen type, where Chainsaw Man, even though it's technically in the shonen category, is not. It's not like that. Like you'll see, and I'm saying this because I know what happens in the manga. You'll see demons in there that you would be like, it makes no sense of how they operate, but they operate in a way that's cool. So I think you'll like
Yeah.
it. And like Bandito Max says,
Yeah, he's
comment chat,
backing you up.
yeah, he said most demons in Demon Slayer are humanoid variations. They have cool, different designs, of course, but so they're mainly just people. And I think that's what difference. What the Green Tuner is saying is that Chainsaw Man, like you have like your typical demon fox, of course, right? But then you'll have like what was another one of the demons, like a bat demon, it was just a giant bat, of course.
It's
But
just
then
a giant bit, yeah.
but then you'll have demons that's made out of, that's a tree that looks like a tree with the eye sticking out of his stomach or something like that. And you'll have other demons where it's just an old lady with arms sticking out of her body, and she used to walk on that. You know, like I said,
Chainsaw Man himself.
Chainsaw Man,
It's
yeah.
a demon that I haven't really seen.
Yeah, like I said, the anime later on, you'll see like the gun demon is a cool design. All these demons have cool designs. And there's demons in here that you'll be like, what the? They don't make any sense, but like their powers match their appearance, which is really cool. So, but I see what Ed is trying to say though. I mean, it's just I think a lot of these animation studios are getting better overall.
Oh, yeah.
With some of like, especially with the anime, like there's shit anime like Seven Deadly Sins. I don't know if you guys ever watched that.
No, you told me what shit.
The animation at the beginning of the series is phenomenal.
It's good.
It's
Yeah,
beautiful. But then once it gets to the last few seasons, absolute dog shit. And that's kind of like the typical generic shonen type of anime. So I think like I said, I see what you're saying, Ed, but I think that doesn't apply to to Chainsaw Man. I think Chainsaw Man is kind of in a league of its own. And I would say I'll compare it more to older anime back in like in the 90s if I was gonna.
I was just thinking about too. There's a tomato demon or a pepper demon. Who the fuck was? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's in Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck? Yeah. When I said, I'm like, is that like a strawberry? I forgot what kind of vegetable it is. But basically, you really do have like a wide range of demons.
Yeah. There's.
It doesn't. Yeah.
There's gonna be a demon in here. I can't wait for you guys to see it because the power is so fucking OP. Like you'll think about it. Like when you see it, you'll be like, and I'm gonna remember this conversation for sure because we're gonna continue watching Chainsaw Man. There's a demon in here that's power is so fucking like cool as shit. Is so low key how powerful it is, and it's easily defeated. But if this demon catches you in his power, you'd be like, holy shit, that actually fucking makes sense. I want to spoil it so bad for you guys, but I don't.
Yeah,
don't.
Don't.
Because it's really a cool surprise. So, but yeah, Chainsaw Man is my number 4. So.
Yeah, good choice, man. That was my number 5. I mean,
Side.
if it wasn't for the World Cup.
Yeah, so the World Cup of Modelos, I got it. Yeah. Next thing you're gonna say, the official FIFA soccer ball. Oh my god.
Oh shit! Hold on, let me rewrite my list. That was my number 4.
All right, dark side.
Number 4 for me was.
Wait. I'm sorry. Really quick.
I'm sorry.
I apologize. So my wife, I feel like you guys kind of got on Black Girls Hack a little bit. She sent some heat just now. She sent me this while we're in the middle of our podcast, right? Robert Downey Jr. has been confirmed that he will return in Avengers Secret Wars and will have cameos in Secret Wars, by the way. So I think that's her nerdum is coming out. She wants to, because we call her a geek for reading and so forth. She's one of us.
Sure, reporter of us.
Reporter, your agent host. What's the name?
Dos Equis is good.
Let's see.
Oh, I'm sorry. Black Girls Hack on the chat said Dos Equis.
Oh my goodness.
That's a good beer. Try the Dos Equis lager. It's also pretty good.
I apologize. I'm gonna time her out for like.
Hey, I agree. It's good beer.
Damn it! I can say those type of jokes. You can't, dear. All right. Anyways, dark side. Go ahead.
All right, dark side.
All right. Okay. So we're at number 4
Number
for
4.
me.
Yeah.
It was a great year in streaming television. So for my number 4, it was the best Marvel series.
Oh,
Yeah, it would be Moon Knight. I put a number 4. I truly very much enjoyed Oscar Isaac in Moon Knight. It opens the door to some real cool stories that you could tell with Moon Knight. Oh, Creamcast, I'm sorry. I must have. Well, this is where you could chime in, but you could come around again. I mean, this is going to happen, right? So, but yeah, no, Moon Knight's great. It's and I'm sure we'll talk about it again in a sec, but no, the places it took us, I really loved the characters it introduced. This is a character I wanted to see in some form of live action for many, many years, and we got that, and they knocked it out of the park. Great casting, great episodes, great direction. The music, remember the music, how good it was? I remember really commenting on every episode on how great the choices of music there was. But yeah, from the bad guys to like just the journey we were on about what is real with this character, and the stinger that they leave you with, where they introduce another identity. So yeah, for me, Moon Knight, but overall great year for Marvel. So great
Solid
year at
year
Marvel
for
television. A great year.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
I don't think I'm going to take a guess here. I don't think a single Marvel movie made any of our lists.
No.
But we'll see.
You'd
We'll see.
be
I'm just taking a
surprised.
guess here.
I'll just say
We'll
I'll just say no.
surprised.
I'll say
We'll
no.
see.
Then.
You'd be
Yeah,
surprised.
I mean, we'll see. But I'm also it was not a great year in the movie area. It seemed like all their talent and creativity definitely went to the streaming sphere, and it sounds like they're going to pivot, because they felt that, and a lot of people commented on that. So they're going to lean away from the oversaturation and maybe lean back into the quality of the movies. I believe that was Kevin Feige's takeaway. So excited to see where they go. But yeah, great year for their streaming. But Moon Knight, awesome. Number 4.
A reason why I was shaking my head, because if we did a top 10 list, Moon Knight would have been in my top 10.
oh yeah.
I will say
It would have been in my top 10 too.
Me too.
I would say Moon Knight did not make the list, but that's such a great addition. Like, holy shit, that was probably one of the most phenomenal Marvel series by far that came out this year.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything better.
Well,
sure.
there was streaming wise though, like there were so many good shows. That's why it was hard to break it down into 5. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what makes that's the great thing about this list. It makes it hard.
True.
Because the stuff that is on my list, I know for a fact is not on other people's list.
I think I kicked something for Moon Knight, and I think it'll pop up again in one of your lists. And I know it may, because we like that. So I'll just leave it at that. It removed a certain other one, but I have a feeling that'll pop up here. All right.
Okay. So that's number 4.
Number 4 would be Rings of Power.
Ooh.
I've been looking forward to it for a long time.
Yeah, didn't make my top 5.
Just watching it just brought back all the feels and the memory for what's it called, for Middle Earth.
Yeah.
We discussed it enough. It was great. I know a lot of Tolkien fans didn't like it. I haven't read the books, so maybe if I had, read the books, maybe I would have a different opinion. But just as a general Lord of the Rings fan, I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it.
That's an excellent fucking addition as well. Like, didn't make my top 5. Bandito Mac has a comment.
Bandito Mac might stay tuned. Stay tuned, Bandito Mac.
Darkseid, do you want to read the prediction?
I did. I saw it. I told him stay tuned.
No, I'm saying, do you want to read the prediction, because it's out for you?
Bandito Mac saying it's Sonic 2, isn't it, Darkseid?
Yeah.
Who knows?
He's betting big bucks here. I mean, he's probably on
the edge of a seat. Well, this is the excitement of this list.
Yeah, this is a great list. We waited the whole year for this. So.
The magnum opus, which is
Sonic 2.
Sonic 2, exactly. All right, Ed. So here for number 4, what you got?
Number 4, surprisingly, it's not Sonic. Probably it's not. So number 4, which I don't even think this is going to be anyone's list. Peacemaker. Peacemaker.
Peacemaker.
So
Peacemaker.
so the thing that I said was that knocked Moon Knight out, or Moon Knight knocked out, was Peacemaker. So I'm glad you brought it up.
Nice.
Holy
Go
shit!
ahead.
Peacemaker did come out this year.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
It was,
did.
it was so long ago. Holy crap!
It was, but it had a lasting.
It was like at the beginning of the year. That's
Yeah,
what was.
January,
was, yeah.
January
you know.
13th. Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
but I was very surprised at Peacemaker. I think I went through the whole season. John Cena, like, I'm not a big fan of his movies. I've seen most of his movies, and I don't think he's really a good actor. But and Peacemaker, whatever gap there has been between Peacemaker and I think it
Suicide
was
Squad.
Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah, Suicide Squad. So Suicide Squad and Peacemaker, but Peacemaker made the list for me. His acting is
No, I think Suicide Squad was in 2021,
Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad was
and
2021.
then
Suicide
and then
Squad.
Peacemaker was 2022.
yeah, but
So it couldn't have been Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad didn't make my list anyway. Even if it did come out this
It couldn't have. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
But Peacemaker, phenomenal, great acting. John Cena, even though we were able to see him, you can see he has good acting. You see what I did there? The whole cast.
No,
The whole
we
cast.
didn't see that.
You
Yeah.
can't see me.
You can't
Yeah,
see
I'm
it.
just ignoring that.
The whole cast was good.
Yeah, solid
James-
cast.
Yeah, James Gunn.
Yeah, there's not much of these days to say it's good in the DC EU, especially these days as it's falling apart. But Peacemaker is one of those things that no matter where we end up, I think we all agree we want Peacemaker to be a part of whatever comes in the future.
That's why.
of course.
That's
He
why I
has
just
to
brought up
be.
James Gunn.
It seems like they wrote the character specifically to play on John Cena's abilities,
his strengths. Yeah,
because he didn't seem out of place at all
he didn't
in
seem out of
the
place.
Peacemaker series.
I kind of hope
It was excellent.
Yeah, that's why I brought up James Gunn. I kind of hope that somehow Peacemaker is in this new DCEU.
I don't see why not.
I don't know, because so many things are happening now. I don't know where he's going to fit.
Yeah,
Well,
but Suicide Squad and Peacemaker himself don't really matter when it comes to like the DCEU main storyline. They were never part of that big plot, so
we did.
I think it should be saved.
We did see the Flash.
We saw all of them.
We saw all, even
Batman.
we didn't see
a
Henry
cameo.
Cavill, but we saw
Batman.
as a cameo.
Cameo.
we saw Superman. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I just
Superman,
do hope
I'm
it's
sorry.
I do hope it's somehow connected. I love the whole cast. The story was really good. It kept me on the edge of my seat for a DC streaming TV show.
Mm-hmm.
It made my list. It had a lasting impression in my mind. I want to see more of John Cena as Peacemaker, and anything else he makes. Like after seeing this, I'm excited to see anything else he makes.
Eagly was
Eagly.
Yeah, I was hoping Eagly survived the entire series. I know we came kind of close a few times, Eagly dying, but yeah, I think with James Gunn being at the helm of the DCEU story, I think Peacemaker to some capacity will come back. Whether it is killing off the continuity of the Snyder DCEU, and he gets rid of the Superman, the Batman references and all that, but keeps the Amanda Waller and her group, and then just kicks off the rest of the DCEU from there, where they're maybe someone involved, someone not. I mean, we saw I think Darkseid and Green Tuner brought this up before, which I thought was amazing. That James Gunn has done this, is that he is the king of bringing obscure characters into his series. So this might be the time for DCEU to shine tremendously by staying away from the mainstream characters for certain projects and really highlighting these side characters. These characters that we would never hear of. I mean, like we talked about before with like Batman. Like they've done this in the animated series, like Calendar Man. They've referenced him in the series, or like not series, but the animated
in the games,
the animated series,
in the games. But they never brought him into a movie, and that's great, And now with James Gunn, hopefully he can start bringing these people onto the small screen or the big screen in live action. So I think hopefully since this was his love child, Peacemaker, with such a success, I'm almost guaranteeing that it will come back in some form or
Yeah,
fashion.
I'm very confident that will stay
Yeah.
within the, because you can easily transition Peacemaker into whatever universe they're building. Like I said, their story has nothing to do with the DCEU storyline, the big storyline with Darkseid and everything. Suicide Squad and Peacemaker have nothing to do with that storyline, so they can easily just shuffle it around and
Yeah.
plug it into
I could
that
see
new
it as an equivalent to
storyline.
Marvel, what Marvel's going to do with Deadpool. I could see the equivalent of that
Yeah,
bridging
exactly.
mechanic, that
Yeah.
Peacemaker, like a self-aware, series that
Yep.
can go in many directions. All right.
Alrighty.
Good, I
So what
agree
is the
with that.
number 3?
3.
Creamcast.
All right, for number 3, this is probably something that might have made everybody's list. I'm not sure, but we'll see. It's not the typical stuff that you guys would probably think, but Andor. Andor was my number 3. I thought Andor was probably one of my most favorite, outside of like the Mandalorian. Andor was probably one of my most top favorite, definitely in my top 3 Star Wars series thus far that I've seen, especially live action. I thought that, I kind of earlier in the year, a few months ago, I told you guys I watched Rogue One again. Said like, hey, this Rogue One was a masterpiece for the Star Wars universe. Watching this, the continuity in between the two, even though we know how the story ends, I never thought I would be curious about casting Andor and what his life was before he joined the rebellion. But this has been very, very good. I highly enjoyed it, and it kind of spurred the love of Star Wars all over for me again, where I rewatched all the movies, watching Mando again, watching all these series again. Only thing I haven't watched is Book of Boba, because fuck that. I did rewatch the Mando episodes though, which was funny. But yeah, no, Andor, I think, is, as far as series is concerned, is one of my top series to I think I'm excited for. I was excited for in 2022 after watching it, but I'm even more excited hopefully in 2023, probably not until 2024, see another season 2 of Andor. So no, really, really good, really, really good series.
Yeah, especially after the 2 wet farts that preceded Andor, which might be I'm assuming, one of your guys's disappointments.
Boba Fett.
But those 2 previous shows were such a wet fart.
Wait,
that
2.
Andor was.
Yeah, 2.
What are the 2?
Yeah, what's the
2
second one?
previous shows.
Oh, well,
Oh, you
we'll
meant to
just
say?
well, no,
Well,
we'll
I wanted to
and
wait
see.
in case.
Yeah, wait,
Okay,
wait.
I'll wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh
All
boy.
right. But you're right. Andor was a highlight, a refreshing highlight after those 2 shows.
Yeah.
Right.
When it comes to Star Wars.
Yeah, that's what only reason why do I think it's actually like a top 5 show overall. When I base my shows based off of how it made me feel, and Andor, while like Moon Knight, I would think is overall maybe a better storytelling maybe of the two, between the two. Andor, like I said, it spurred in me again like a fire for Star Wars, and made me, like I said, I started with Rogue One. And I was like, "Fuck it, I need to watch Empire and all these. I gotta watch all these. I have to watch all the movies again." And I'm not one to actually sit down and watch movies, but because Andor was so good, I'm like, let me watch the story again and let me like read the Vader comics and all of this stuff. So like Andor was kind of like the catalyst that got everything started. So that's why for me it's the top 3, because emotionally, it really appealed to me this year. So
yeah, I mean, that's what matters. Whatever interests you personally the most.
yeah,
Just like Ed's choice with Dragon Ball, it hit a note that was specific to Ed.
yeah. So all right, but that's it for me.
All right.
Dark Side.
Yeah, this is number 3.
Yes, sir.
So number 3 for me. Okay, number 3 for me was a film I don't think we talked about on this podcast. It's not technically an
Is it
unpopular film.
RRRR or whatever the movie
No,
is?
but it was incredibly popular. It was an incredibly
That Indian movie.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
We still need to see that movie.
Yeah, we still do. It is I heard that was maybe the craze passed us by, but yeah, everyone was all
There's
top
a
of that
sequel
movie.
already announced for it too.
Is it
Triple
R
R
little R
X2.
R?
It's literally RRR too.
Oh my god.
Too. The
Um,
ironing.
Return.
R.
No, the one for me is more nostalgic driven for me because I love the first movie. This one was something the pandemic delayed it. I was incredibly sad, but when it finally came out, it was outstanding, and it went on to be as of this moment, it's the most profitable movie of the year, and that's Top Gun Maverick. I loved Top Gun Maverick. I mean, there's a reason why it made as much money as it did. It's a top to bottom amazing film. You name the element of filmmaking and it nails it, from music to the star to the thrills, the way it's shot with real planes. Like Tom Cruise elevates everything he's in. He takes it to the next level. If you're going to be a movie about fighter jets, he wants to learn how to fly a fighter jet. And the shots are insane in this movie, and the story, for a film that I thought the story would not be good, the story is outstanding, and it accentuates the emotional beats from the first movie, which I never thought we'd revisit some of these characters and themes and places. And I think it's like he's a hokey kind of character, an 80s kind of throwback, but what a great way to do a legacy sequel. Might be the best legacy sequel ever made. I don't know if I'd have to go through my entire memory bank, but at this moment, I'd say it's the best legacy sequel executed and completed, and lines up everything where nothing is tarnished and sets up a future which you never knew you wanted. And this is the first Tom Cruise movie where in the movie he acknowledges he's getting old, and he's usually a guy who acts
How old
young,
is
behaves
his love
young,
interest in the
forever
movie?
young. Yeah, like he's doing things that young actors wouldn't even do. He's insane. But
Oh,
in this
yeah,
movie,
he's
one of
insane.
the plot points is that he's getting old, too old for this job. So I think that made it even better. So, but yeah, great movie, loved it, well worth the wait. So it was Top Gun.
All right.
I think you bring up a good point really quick. Tom Cruise is a phenomenal actor, you know, in of itself. And I think you bring up a great point. Like, how old is he? He's like what, 50 something?
Yeah, it's in his 50s.
He's in his 50s.
50s? I thought he was almost
Yeah.
60.
He might be almost 60.
Let's take a look how old this man is.
I think it's late 50s. I think for sure.
He is 60 actually.
Oh
Wow.
Damn.
Shit. 60 years old, and he's literally
60 years young.
Yeah, 60 years young. He's doing stunts like Mission Impossible. I mean, he's still doing like skydiving.
By the way, did you guys, when you went to see Avatar, did you watch the Mission Impossible segment in that?
Yeah. Well,
No.
I saw.
I
I saw a
didn't
portion
see
of it.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. This movie. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, Mission Impossible is like a adrenaline filled James Bond movie. Like, the stunts that he does is absolutely phenomenal. Where he's hanging off of planes and shit, doing skydiving bits where he's actually skydiving. Like, this is like, he is doing a phenomenal. I mean, granted, I know people make jokes about him being a Scientologist and this and the other. I think he's also a vegan as well, but he's kind of, he has like the same,
Yeah, well, the vegan part was weird.
Yeah, I think he's like vegan or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
The whole Oprah interview was kind of
interview. Like,
yeah.
I mean, that's old, but
That was so long ago.
That's long ago. But the thing is, like, people make fun of him for, you know, his personal life, which is fine. He might have a weird personal life, weird religion, whatever. You can think what you want, but no one can take away from him that at 60 years old, he's doing stunts that, I mean, 30-year-old guys are not willing to do. They have stunt doubles for it, and you gotta give him props that he is a phenomenal actor in that. So, you know,
he will be his upcoming project is he will be the first actor to film a film in outer space. He is going through the process. They're building, like, it's one of those Avatar situations where they're building the equipment to film a real film in outer space.
You're talking to Jeff Bezos or something? I didn't know about that.
I don't know. It's just something that maybe Bezos is involved in, but like, this is not a fantasy. This is not like CG. This is not where they fly that plane in the upper atmosphere and it's, you know, they simulate zero gravity. They're putting him in space.
In space. Wow.
In space. He's in it. So this is the man. Here's the thing with Tom Cruise. I truly love Tom Cruise. He's been through my entire love of films, the filmography that I love watching. He's always there. He's the last. He might be the last movie star. You know, the term movie star. He might be the last movie star. Everything else now is IP and franchise. He is the last movie star where his name means something. He's not in everything. When he comes out, it
draws crowds.
It's definitely lost its luster, but I think he still commands. I mean, like I said, Top Gun Maverick, #1 movie of the year financially, like across the globe. So he still has a lot of cachet, but it's just the man always delivers. We were talking about James Cameron, a couple episodes back or last episode, where the man delivers. He doesn't come out often to show what he's working on, but when he does, the man delivers. Tom Cruise is the same way, but he comes out a little more often than not, but always a plus. And this was a great one.
Well, does he always deliver though? I mean, because I'm looking at the Mummy.
Most of the time, I would say he delivers.
I would say his record is mostly he delivers.
He mostly delivers. Yeah, I mean, he mostly delivers. His name does ring bells. Tom Cruise is a phenomenal actor.
I think he had more hits than you would get. Like, he's in that movie. I think he chooses his roles very.
I think the only bad movie of recent he's been in was the Mummy reboot.
Yeah, I would say.
No, you know what? Yeah,
the box office has made a lot of money. It still made a lot of money though.
I like the Mummy reboot too. See, that's the thing. I maybe I drink a little bit of a Cruisium when I
you do drink a lot of
I self admit I might have a problem there.
Yeah.
But like I said, the man has been, as long as I've loved movies, like him and Tony Scott have defined what great movies are, and like Top Gun is the apex of that. So like, when all these legacy sequels were coming out, I was like, God damn, don't ruin Top Gun for me here. This just like, it's one thing. You don't need a sequel. It doesn't need a sequel. Absolutely does not need a sequel. But here you are, like I said,
with the sequel,
nailed it, landed it, and like tore it out of the park. So
would love to see a Star Fox.
Anyway, so gee.
Just saying.
All right, so what are we? Number 3.
Number 3.
Yeah. Number 3 for me is Peacemaker.
Oh,
I can't really add much more to what we already said. Great show. I loved it. I watched it again not too long ago. Still holds up. Just all around a very entertaining, good show.
Yeah.
I do need to watch it again.
I want to watch it again. I'm really going back to what Dark Side said.
Mm-hmm.
What was dark the dark it's the dark something anthology.
Dark Universe.
The Dark Universe.
I want a Dark
Yes.
Universe.
Fuck. Like the fact that shit that the reason
Dark Universe, Cinematic Universe, the Dooku.
I want that.
Oh man, that picture, the promo picture will forever haunt me of what could have been.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Forever haunt me.
Like I would have loved to see him as the Mummy and see how they like worked on the universe with Chris Lucas as Dracula, and like man, I watched
Johnny Depp as the Invisible Man.
It's just like this could have been, and
Javier Bardem as
Hyde,
monster, right?
Guys, I do not be surprised if it does happen. I
you know what I was just saying. There's a resurgence for Johnny Depp.
Yes,
there's a resurgence for Johnny Depp. He'll be back as Captain Jack Sparrow. That may have been announced. I don't know, but he'll be back as Captain Jack Sparrow, and he will be back. I'm hoping that someone at Universal wakes up to how amazing this is.
Yeah,
the concept's killer.
Yeah, this could be one of the greatest. Like one of the greatest.
It could be.
I love the Mummy.
I would say I loved.
I
like Russell Crowe as
Russell Crowe,
Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
Dr. Jekyll.
That's what it is.
It was
phenomenal.
amazing.
It was kind of cool.
Yeah. It was the Samuel Jackson.
Who was going to be the Wolfman?
Yeah. He's going what?
Wolfman was.
Let me take a look. I'm looking at the picture.
Now.
They didn't show who's the Wolfman. No, he showed.
The swamp monster.
They didn't show the.
I don't think they had him.
I don't think they went that far.
They were going to expand it.
Yeah, they had Johnny Depp. Javier. They had Russell Crowe,
Tom
and
Cruise.
then they had
Tom Cruise.
they had a female. Who was the female?
Sophia,
the Mummy.
Sophia, yeah, she was the Mummy. She was Omnet.
Oh yeah, that's her. Yeah, the Mummy. Yeah.
I don't know how she was gonna come back into the series, but because they didn't kill her off. So
too. I'm watching The Mummy again.
Yeah,
You
I
got
kind
me-
of like.
you got me on Mummy.
That's what I'm saying. Tom
mind.
Cruise he has that
I
appeal.
haven't
man.
watched The Mummy, so
He's
I can't
amazing.
say.
I'm
Oh, you
too
telling
haven't
you, he's
seen it?
amazing.
Yeah, you need to watch it.
All right, I'll watch it.
I would
Stop
check it
hyping
out,
it up
but
so I
like
can
enjoy
actually
it for
enjoy
what
it.
it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just don't
don't-
like going. Yeah.
You're talking to the guy that enjoyed the last Wolfman movie with
That's No, I like the Wolfman. I love
Benicio del
that.
Toro.
That was
I
good,
really
though.
liked it.
Benicio,
Oh yeah. Oh, a
Wolfman?
lot of
Yeah,
people
it
didn't
was
like it.
gory
I
as
really
shit,
liked
and I
it.
loved it. It was a
It
dark
brought me
ass
back
movie.
to
Yeah.
Bram Stoker's Dracula. That's why I
Exactly.
liked it.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
Bram Stoker's Dracula is probably one of the best Keanu Reeves movies, bar none. And I love Bram Stoker's
Yeah.
Dracula.
Whoa,
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 Mina, whoa,
it's Dracula, dude.
Mina, whoa, you just got bit, Mina.
Whoa.
Why is this wolf biting out your neck?
You
That's
know,
crazy.
people make fun of. I mean, a combination of Winona Ryder and Keanu Reeves in those roles are like hilarious for the time, but they were like at the height of their popularity. I think, right?
Absolutely.
Like
Well, I was
Keanu Reeves was
watching
up and coming like hell. Like he was the hot thing.
Yeah.
no, but I was watching a making of that movie.
Mhm, mhm.
The
The
craftsmanship
behind the scenes is insane.
that went into it, like
my
they
God.
used very little CG.
They used
A lot of
no.
the effects were in camera.
They used the effects. Francis Ford Coppola used
Yeah.
all the effects that they could do when the original was made.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He used the same technology. He said that's the limit of our technology, and all the effects are insane.
They're insanely good.
like the scene
Yeah.
with the train and the book and everything.
Mhm.
Yes,
They literally like built like a specific train and placed the camera like in front of like panels and all this thing. It was like the amount of like effort and love that went into the movie is insane.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
like I said, Bram Stoker's Dracula was. I mean, you gotta think Gary Oldman as Dracula. Whoever,
Gary Oldman.
who
The
would
I
ever-
want that.
the armor was phenomenal. Like, who would ever thought that he could play a Dracula? But he played it
Yeah.
fucking so convincingly. From the old
Yeah.
Dracula to the new Dracula, absolutely.
Or the fucked up wolf, remember?
yeah,
Where he
oh, yeah.
had like the wolf form and stuff.
Yeah, and he ripped out what's that
Yeah.
girl's face, neck out, whatever. Like,
Oh
Or he was-
god, yeah, I forgot how bloody it was. Yeah.
it was a bloody movie for sure.
Yeah, it was a bloody movie.
Yeah.
God, that was a great movie.
Gary Oldman's phenomenal.
Yeah, we're going to watch all these
Hmm.
damn movies again. All right,
Yeah.
all right, Ed.
All right. Ed, number
three.
three.
So I struggle with this one. So the what I have on my list, I'm not done with it. So does that count?
Yeah, go ahead.
What is
Okay.
that? What is
High
what
on
do you mean when
life.
you're not done with it? You're still making the list.
High on life.
No,
That's
no.
fine.
No, he's
That's
still,
your
High on
choice.
life.
he's still.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh, you're
going
still.
through it.
Oh, okay. Right
Yeah.
on. Right on. No, that's
So
fine.
Yeah.
what I did originally put down, I'm done with, but I enjoy High on Life more because I'm
That's
fine.
interacting in it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That game's
Yeah.
fun, man.
It is fun. It's
Yeah.
we know who wrote the lines for the characters.
Yeah, Justin.
It's Roiland or whatever his name is.
Yeah, Roland.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's hilarious. It's like you're in a Rick and Morty episode.
Yeah.
and surprisingly, it's good gameplay. What were you saying?
It's decent. It's decent gameplay. It's creative, but I think the biggest strength is the script, the
Oh, yes.
dialogue,
Oh yeah,
and the story. Because I've been playing it too, and that's the only thing that really keeps me going is
Really?
just the dialogue and the story. Yeah, I think right now I'm up to I forgot which bounty, but where you have to do the pair of aliens. I haven't gone to their planet yet. Like I defeated the drill guy, whoever that is.
Ed
Oh,
just
with
beat
the
him.
Care Bears.
No, the drill
Care
guy.
Bears?
The guy that you had to
Yeah,
fight, the
I
drill
guess.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the bears there too, right?
The Bears, yeah. he
Yes.
was
Yeah,
the Bears.
yeah.
With the little Care Bears. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. Did he get to the part where you make the three bears kiss?
No, I didn't know you could do that.
I'll send you a video later. It's
That's
hilarious.
hilarious.
Yeah, the game
Yeah.
it's like watching a Rick and Morty. No, it's like watching
Oh,
a
for
Rick
sure.
and Morty
I'll beat
So I'll
episode.
up.
send you a video later. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't
Right.
really have any kind of lasting
Past
impact.
midnight or whatever. Yeah. But no, it's really good. If you take that out, if you take the lines out of there, it's really just a simple game.
Yeah, it's nothing special.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, that
Oh, he's coming back.
Okay.
All right, you cut,
Oh.
off. You cut off for a second.
I cut off.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said the story and the dialogue is just what makes it hilarious. Like when you have the little knife
concept,
that
too.
talks to you. The
Yeah,
Australian
I was gonna
say
knife.
the weapons that talk to
The
you.
knife.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm knifey. I want to stab someone.
I think with I think this is another situation of because High on Life. I wanted to talk about this in a future episode. about how well High Life is doing for Xbox, and how kind of sad that is at the same time, because this is a third party game that's exclusively on the Xbox. But I think this is kind of like Dark Side said before, and this is to piggyback off of what you said earlier, Ed. This game is not revolutionary whatsoever. This is a right place at the right time. This game, I think, overall, because it has such a great script, it's being well received. But it does nothing special outside in the gameplay department. There's nothing special that's being done here. It's a typical.
I don't think it's exclusive either.
No,
It is exclusive.
I don't know. Is it?
It's a PC and Xbox, but it's for sure not coming
PC
to
and Xbox. Yeah,
it's definitely not coming to PlayStation. They already said because they have a great relationship with Xbox, and Xbox kind of gave them the free rights to do a lot of stuff. So
that's good.
They're keeping it exclusive, that's sad for you guys, because it's kind of like you have a third party title. This is not owned by Xbox like gaming studios.
It wasn't an in-house studio.
Yeah, this is not an in-house studio, which is kind of sad, because it's just like, this is
they can be purchased. All can be acquired.
All can be acquired.
Hey, it might happen one day, never know.
It might happen, but in either case, this game just seems like a perfect game. That it's just a perfect storm right now. Xbox doesn't have any really games out at the moment, so you guys are gonna cling on to wherever you can get. And luckily, this is a good game. And this is a game that seems worthy. But once again, if you strip out the script, is the gameplay really there? It's a regular shooter.
I will say
does it like
it is challenging. It is challenging. There's been
it's
the boss
challenging. Fights. It has some very creative weapons that you can use to like slow down time or create like platforms to jump, and so there's nice puzzle elements to it, but it's nothing that if it wasn't for the story and the dialogue, it wouldn't be nearly as charming and entertaining as it is with those things.
Yeah,
I think that is its major strength.
Charming.
It's so charming, and it's just funny. It's straight up funny. It's a really fun game because of that specifically.
Yeah,
I think humor in video games
it's lost. I would say
far and few, far between.
It's sorely needed. Everything nowadays is so damn serious and
dark and gritty and giants, demons.
So when someone does it well, I don't think you necessarily need to have the most innovative gameplay. I think the humor is the most, like I said, it's the most refreshing part. It carries you through a relatively simplistic, combat style, but like you're engaged with the game. So
it makes you quickly. Ed, did you ever watch Tammy and the T-Rex, since you were all over that movie? So I couldn't figure out when you first started talking about Tammy and the T-Rex. It's such a weird movie. I've seen it before. And then when I started playing High on Life, I'm like, oh, this is why Ed's talking about Tammy and the T-Rex.
Yeah. So I didn't know this movie even existed in the 90s. So I originally thought this was fake in the game, to find out halfway through watching it in the game, this is a real movie. What's his name was in there?
Paul Walker.
Yeah, like at first I didn't recognize him, but then after watching it for a few minutes, like, wait a minute, no way. So I knew it was real, but there's supposed to be 4 movies in the game. I've only stumbled upon one for now.
Yeah, it's 4 full feature length films.
Which I think it's a really good idea. Like, there's probably more things in the game I don't know about. I just thought it was gonna be like a simple, like, okay, play it once, twice, throwaway game. But there seems to be some actual depth into the game. I'm not just talking about story. Like, there's actual, the movies in the game, references to other things are in the game. It's enjoyable. I would definitely recommend it to those who are into humorous.
What's that little guy that comes out and just won't shut up? There's like a little hovering
NPC
guy.
Little guy
on the
HUD. And then you try to shoot him.
I forgot his name.
Oh, you got me.
Yeah, I forgot his. I don't even talk about. Oh, there's one scene too
they
where
do take like good video game tropes that like the HUD, and they poke fun at it, that only gamers could be like, oh, his HUD's oversaturated with pop-ups, and
that was
gamer
hilarious.
jokes that like are easy wins, but no one's done it. well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I mean, that's not a crazy humor concept, but to do it well and to pair it with a decent game is hard to do. And they did it really well. So I
Yeah.
hope I hope they have ideas for more future games, but I could see this becoming stale.
Over,
Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
I
It's
hope
a
not.
hard thing to top.
It will probably, yeah. It's gonna be hard to top. Did you shoot the
Yeah.
kid? And
In the beginning,
yeah, when you go down into
Did
the
he talk to his
caves,
mom?
of course
or
I
the
did.
tunnels.
Yeah.
Of course I
Yeah,
did.
me
Yeah.
too.
Ed tried to kill everything.
Yeah, Ed literally was shooting everybody. And I was just like,
I like how the mom's like, yeah, he
Yeah,
technically
he's
was a child in our
yeah.
race, but not in yours.
yeah. Yeah.
I
No,
told him to stop instigating people and telling him to shoot him.
Yeah, like, someone did it. I told him it was gonna happen. Yeah, I think one of my favorite scenes was like the pause button one. Like when you do the tutorial and you gotta
Yeah.
press the shoot, like it tells you like this is a shoot button, and
Yeah.
like if you hit the pause button instead, it will be like, yeah, he's like, yeah, keep pressing buttons until you hit the fucking
Yeah.
shoe button. Yeah, like why'd you hit the pause button? Are you fucking stupid? Everybody knows the pause button, the start button is the pause button. It's like it's
Yeah.
self-aware.
Yeah.
I do like that. The one thing I didn't like about the game, and I've just been watching Ed and other streamers play the comedy does seem kind of get stale after a while for me. This is almost like a elongated Rick and Morty episode where,
Which I'm fine with.
yeah, well, I'm not, because I feel like you could take it in chunks. Like there's certain comedy that's just just kind of like going back Futurama and also like the comedy in it is just just the comedy. It is what it is, but it's something new within every episode. This one I just felt like it was the same old like kind of. It got kind of stale after a while, and it's like it was, at the very beginning it was hilarious, and then it'd be like, okay, this is funny. And it's still funny. It's just like it's starting to die down a little bit for me, but it's still a great game.
I think they're like I said, my my fear is that it'll become stale. The humor will become stale. However, I think that if they're conscious of what they're doing, and they seem to be a smart group of people who made the game.
Oh yeah.
If they're conscious of what they're doing, they should continue the parody of games. And I'll give you the best example, the last great humor game, the South Park Stick of Truth game, and the sequel to that, where they took video game concepts we are familiar with, and they were actively poking fun at it. So it was funny to us. And then a sequel to that game, still good, because they decided to change the formula of the RPG to poke fun at a different type of RPG. So they kept it fresh, but the humor was the same. So I hope that's what they do with High on Life.
I think they will. I don't think it's gonna be stale. So I haven't played the game straight through. I played it like in parts, 2 hours here, 2
Same
hours
here,
there.
like in chunks. Maybe that's why it's not stale to me.
Yeah, it's the same thing with me.
Yeah.
Like I've only like played it on my stream, like Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on my stream.
Yeah, don't plug yourself, bitch. This is not the podcast for this.
Or is it? But I don't think it'll become stale. I do hope they do make other games like this, and they're a little bit separated from South Park. Both hilarious, but both kind of different styles of comedy.
Yeah, totally different.
Like I grew up on South Park and Ren and Stimpy and stuff like that, but Rick and Morty has like a different style. I like their style. And I think they had that same style from their TV show that they brought into the game. And as they progressed from the TV show, I think they'll also progress in their whatever next game they'll have coming up. I would love to see a Rick and Morty only game. That would be, I think, perfect. But I'm kind of glad.
I think the problem with
disagree.
that is
I
just
don't wanna see that.
rights. It's
Maybe.
probably gonna be a pain in the
but
ass.
I mean, the Rick and Morty game would be like, just take that humor and introduce it in new avenues. Like a Rick and Morty game would have to check too many familiar boxes.
Yeah,
you
it's
have
better
the-
if they do it like this.
You have
That's
the
fine.
unexpected, like joy of seeing and visiting a universe that's totally different, yet having comfortable humor.
Yeah.
Whereas Rick and Morty, I feel like we all kind of know how that game would kind of work. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'd rather them do new and interesting things with that level of awareness.
Yeah, I mean,
Also-
I'm not.
Yeah, you're right.
I thought this was a Rick and Morty game when I first saw it, and I was like, "Oh, this is actually a very gorgeous, looking game." Like,
It looks great.
It looks great. I was like, "Oh, this is the quality of what I would think a Rick and Morty game would look like." And then I found out it wasn't, and I was just like, "Oh, but it could be a parody within the same universe, which is cool." Yeah, I don't know if I necessarily want a Rick and Morty game, to be honest with you. It's something.
There is a Rick and Morty game. I played
There
it.
is.
It's
Well,
on
no, there is.
PlayStation VR.
But I'm saying, like, to do Rick and Morty, you have to do it very well because it's it's already a well-known IP. So that's a lot of pressure. I mean, even though this is the same studio, you know, or what's his name owns, you know, the studio.
Roiland.
Yeah, it's just like it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure, and
And have you?
that's all.
I know you haven't played it, but have you seen the PlayStation VR game?
Yeah, I've
Rick and
seen
Morty?
it. I've seen it, so I know
the
it's
humor is
possible.
very familiar to. I
Yeah.
mean, he wrote it too, so like, but the game is more simple. Like, it's a very simplistic VR type game.
Yeah,
Very fun to play, and the humor is pretty much exactly like High on Life type humor. It is
Yeah.
Rick and Morty, but less action based, more like puzzle based.
yeah, and that was actually my expectation going into High in Life. It was going to be like so just a normal, you know, simplified game, and surprisingly, it's really
More
good.
deeper.
Yeah, it is deeper. Yeah,
Well, I think that's what made it popular was the fact that word of mouth. I think nobody was expecting this game to be as good or to be as well received as it was until word of mouth started to happen and started to increase in popularity. So, I mean, good on this team. I think this is and good for Xbox to have this on their console for sure. Because I mean, we don't know what would have happened if it was if this is like a PlayStation exclusive and so forth. If anybody wanted to give them a chance, I'm sure they would have gotten on all consoles if they really pushed for it. But the fact that Xbox took a chance on them, I like kudos to them because it's very well received. And I think they said this is the highest downloaded game in Xbox history.
yeah,
So
or
Is
this
it?
year at least.
this year, I'm sorry.
And this year, Halo came out.
That's
Hey.
Let's not go
is-
down that road.
Hey, it's-
All right,
it's
we'll
on
save that for
Xbox.
a
Hey,
different
we got
list
more
we're going to be
lists.
talking
We got
about in
more
a
lists.
second.
We got
It's
more
on
lists.
Xbox, not PlayStation. So hey,
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number
Two.
2.
All right,
Yeah.
for my number 2 is The Boys season 3. The Boys season 3 this season was
Oh, but please, try to be delicate with if you guys have gone the whole year
Homelander
teasing me,
dies.
and I'd like to do this in
What the
January,
freaking
but I tell
heck?
you right now, if you spoil it, you go ahead and do these episodes without me. I am not gonna watch it.
Wow.
I'll tell you right now. So tiptoe your ass around this.
my ass is
Yes.
tipping and toeing.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
Little bitch. Okay. No, but Boys season 3. No, I'm really excited for you guys to watch this. Honestly, me and Green Tuner.
You guys gotta watch it.
You guys
We've
have
been
to watch it.
It's not that I don't
saying
want to.
this forever.
You have to
Yeah.
watch it. Shut the fuck up.
Well, then why
Yeah.
the
Just watch it.
you don't want to
okay,
spoil, but you don't want to watch it.
Because what we're
Well,
gonna
okay,
do.
so we
Well,
do
we gotta
an
plan it.
episode every week where we do something else, and then
Yes.
No,
Yes.
on the
no,
side, I got
bullshit.
things to
You
do.
guys have had
Bullshit.
so much free time since we've asked you
I
to
didn't
watch
say
it.
I had free
Literally,
time.
months ago, we have sat.
Yeah,
and
we could barely pull off watching a
2-hour movie.
one episode, much less aligning three seasons?
3 seasons. Yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna take a little bit of engineering if we want to do it
Yes.
right. If you guys want to blow the load,
Well,
go
then
for it. I
have you
really am
started?
not. I haven't
Have
had
you
a
started?
taste. So
Have you started?
Have you
started?
Have you started?
no.
What the fuck? Like we
I haven't
talked
either.
about
You know
this
what?
a
Go
month.
for it. Talk about it.
No,
if you want to
don't.
talk about it, go for it.
No,
I'm
no, no,
out
no.
We don't
What
want
I'm
to
saying-
spoil
spoil
it,
it.
but I'm
But-
saying why haven't you started at least watching a couple of episodes?
because it has to be. I have other shit I'm trying to watch.
Me as well.
Yeah, and
I'm
I
saying-
don't have the free time, so I have to
as
prioritize
well.
what's
Sure.
and I understand that, but I do want to plan it. That's why I want to plan it, like so I have to watch it.
Okay.
Me
How
as
about
well.
this?
Okay.
Okay. So I'm not gonna spoil it.
Not
January
all
has
three
a lull,
seasons.
so I've
in
always
one
How
brought
day.
long
this
do you
up.
need? How long would you guys need so we can plan it now?
I got a better idea.
Uh,
Since there's 3 seasons, do 1 season. Like,
That's what we were
No, fuck
talking
that.
about.
That's what we're
That's what
talking
we were
about.
gonna do.
But the thing is this. Okay. So if we want to watch,
Here's
The
what
Boys
I would
season
like
3,
to do.
Let's do
Here's
it
what I would like to
one
do.
season a month.
We could do that. I mean, when is season 4 coming out?
not until late next year, or maybe 2024.
Okay, so I thought
Okay.
maybe we could lead up to it, but that's fine. We could.
That's
January and February is a lull. I
better.
always envisioned us doing this in January.
Okay,
We
you
can
guys
do it
want to do it
within
in
this month.
January?
No, there's no way you're gonna knock out this third. That's 30
I don't think you guys are
episodes.
gonna. You know who I don't think is gonna do it? To be honest, Ed. I don't think Ed's gonna watch 3.
How many
4
times?
seasons.
How many
Hey,
times?
do we
have I
really? Are we
proved
really losing
you
anything on that one?
wrong?
Are we
No,
really losing
I have to
anything
say,
there?
okay, Ed was
Boom.
an absolute dick when it came to earlier seasons in the beginning of the year, but Ed has been relatively consistent.
Was he?
What do you mean?
Relatively consistent. Yes.
Consistent?
Yeah, he was consistent.
Yes.
Like we watched Glass Onion, right? Like, okay, so let's talk about his latest our latest thing we're gonna
Fuck
talk
up?
about. No,
Oh.
he didn't fuck up. Like Glass Onion. He said he watched it. Now, granted, Darkseid, hot off the press, did say he I'm reading the chat. It's funny.
Yeah, no,
They know-
everyone's dunking on
they,
Ed.
they know about Ed.
I watched it.
But the thing is, somebody said in this chat, somebody said in this panel, I'm not gonna say who, they were looking at the Ed Underground's glasses, and it looked like he was looking up the Wikipedia page for
Nope.
Glass Onion.
Yeah, I was
Not-
reading the Wikipedia
You
article.
can
of your
read.
glasses.
Most of my glasses, they're purple right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
What do
The
you
what?
see? You guys.
color?
They're purple. You
Yeah.
can see purple
Oh,
tint.
okay.
Yeah,
They're
I
you
see-
guys. You can
Hey,
see
why-
what I'm reading in this purple
And
tint.
4K.
I
Yeah,
see
sure
all those.
can.
I see all those ads for hentai in
Mhm.
your glasses.
Mhm.
Like those
If
are
only.
those are targeted ads, Ed. So
If
Mhm.
only.
nah,
Mhm.
yeah,
You're all about Bible Black over there.
yeah, Bio Black for sure.
I don't even know what that
Um,
is.
So, but in either case, if we are, I'm not gonna talk. I'm gonna talk about The Boys season 3. I'm not gonna spoil anything. I'm just gonna tell you my general feeling about it. But what we should do is
Homelander dies.
don't fucking god damn it.
All right, I'm out.
Okay.
That's it.
Season every episode, and I mean every month we do one season, and we learn about The Boys, or you guys watch The Boys, and then what I'll do, I'll even recap the episodes as well, so that we can be able to talk about it. So
Okay.
does that
Okay.
sound like first quarter, maybe beginning of second quarter of
Q1?
next year? Yeah, Q1. Let's watch The Boys. And
Q1.
Q1.
Q1's February.
Okay, Q1.
Yeah,
All right,
Q1.
fine.
Yeah. So we'll
So-
see.
No,
All right, let's do it.
we're the winter is the lull. I've always envisioned us catching up with all the things you wanted. So yeah, I like that idea. Let's do
Okay.
that.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Awesome.
Let's do it.
So but yeah, Boys season 3, phenomenal season.
And that's your number 2?
Amazing.
Yes, my number 2. Yes.
Wow. Okay.
The
It's-
Boys.
Q1 is March.
It's amazing.
It really is. And honestly, the writing, there's not one episode in The Boys that is a sleeper. Like, oh man, this is such a boring episode. There's always some shit going on in every episode. And the thing is, the cool thing about The Boys between season 1 and season 3 is that the stories are continuing. It's not like they didn't drop any balls on, oh, well, we forgot about this one character. Everything usually gets wrapped up. And if it's not wrapped up by the end of the season, it gets carried on to season 2. And that story is continuing on. And they do a really great job about it. Yeah, it's just.
You know what?
Go ahead.
Hold on. You know what? I guess reading does pay off. We got corrected in the chat. Q1 is March.
I said that earlier.
Oh, Q1 is March.
I wasn't gonna say
Yeah.
anything. I was like, maybe he's on
Just a bunch of
different.
dumb fucks.
No, I was
I
gonna,
mean-
no, I was gonna say
Yeah,
anything. I
January,
thought he was
February.
gonna say, maybe he's on a different retail thing. Like he knows things about that we don't.
No,
know.
she's right. That's a genuine fuck up on me.
Yeah, you piece of shit.
That girl's hack knows what she's talking about.
That's what, because she reads. All she does is read. So yeah, she knows what she's talking about, or she just knows basic math and
She knows her fiscal calendar.
or her knows her calendar.
She knows how to divide by 4.
Or she's just smarter than us. But The Boys now honestly is very well done. As somebody who has read majority of the comics, I was, and I'm because I read the comics mainly because I wanted to know what happened later on in The Boys. But the good thing about The Boys is that you can read the comics and still be completely surprised by the show in a good way.
Different.
They're different. They're
It's-
different.
It's great.
Yeah.
And I
so,
think we've said this before, but the show is better
yes.
than the comic books.
But it's kind of like Invincible.
It's oh god damn, it's so good.
Like Invincible. Invincible is such a great show, and the comics are great comics, but they're definitely aged. You could tell that's like an amateur writer versus a team writing for a show, and they do like 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 the story is almost the same, but it's done in a better and a tasteful way on the series than it is in the comics. So no,
Yeah.
I
It
absolutely
makes
love
more sense. The comics, they're a little two-dimensional. In the series itself, they have much more depth.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
So
especially like Homelander is really well developed
yes,
in the show as opposed as to the
comic book.
comics where he's basically like a man child.
Yeah, man child, homicidal
Yeah.
man child, and
Yeah,
like
exactly.
and what Bandito Max says. I think we're getting to a point where like Rings of Power, we're getting great modern adaptations to
Yeah.
to written mediums that we had before, where you're coming from novels and books. Now we're trying to put that into TV. Is becoming so well done. And of course, there's people that are not gonna like it. There's people that are gonna be like, "Oh, go back to the source material." But I think The Boys season 3 was very, very well done. So
Now, there's a comment in the chat with the great Jake's on a plane.
well, I meant
Who
Well,
called Garth Ennis amateur?
I said he was.
I don't think
amateur.
anyone.
I said amateur.
Here's something I'll
No,
tell
I'll
you
say-
right now. Let me
Okay,
just tell you,
okay,
Jake's
okay.
on a plane loves Garth
He
Ennis.
is a huge Garth
He's
Ennis
a
nut
super
hugger.
fan of Mr.
Yeah.
Garth Ennis and his
Mhm.
quality of product. He has
Did he
a
do
great
Crossed?
no, he didn't Crossed. I don't know yeah, he did Cross, I think.
Because that seems like that's up his alley.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, he wrote the first Cross series.
I didn't mean
so to
Garth
say.
Ennis. I mean, the writer for I misspoken. I'm talking about the writer for Invincible. Was amateur.
Invincible. Oh, okay.
I forgot his
Kirkman?
name. Oh, what's his
Robert
name?
Kirkman.
Robert Kirkman. Yeah, and he even
Yeah,
made it himself.
I'll agree with that.
yeah,
he is a little.
That was one. He said
based
that's
on-
one. That's one of his first comics and one of his first major comics. And the story he said like, it was very amateurish, and that if he could go back in time, there were things that he would rewrite because he realizes there are things that he can improve on. So good catch. Maybe I misspoke on that. Yeah. So
Called out.
All right.
called out. I know. Called out. Hey, you know what?
Damn.
I'm about to
Everyone's getting called out today.
I'm timing out this bitch.
Hey, time out that black girl's hack too. How dare she tell me what you want?
Yeah.
is?
Time her out too.
Yeah, I'm timing out everybody. Silent chat.
Mhm.
All
Okay,
right.
but that's my number
Dark
two.
side. Number 2.
Okay. All right. So am I next? Number 2
Yeah.
for me?
Yeah.
So for me, for number 2, I read comics, so I decided to throw in the 2 comic series that I enjoyed. I had to I couldn't choose one. It wasn't a lot going on in comics. I'll tell you that it's been it's been an okay year for comics, but there are 2 gems that stood out to me, both DC. One is a story that's being collected right now called Batman Failsafe. Really good. Batman Failsafe's really good. It is there was a story a couple of years back, everyone likes it. It's called Tower of Babel, where Batman creates a file that has all the weaknesses of the Justice League on there, and great story in and of itself. Batman Failsafe is about what is the failsafe when Batman goes rogue. So this is a deep ass dive into Batman's history and the lengths he would go to eliminate himself surgically from the DC universe, and how good he is at killing himself.
Yes.
To the point, I don't want to spoil it. There's an issue. It's so good. There's so many, like, there are moments where you're waiting. Like, this is a threat where his entire family has to respond, and of course he knows the weaknesses of all his family. And on a global level, there are people who respond, and of course he knows all their weaknesses. So just imagine who takes out the thing that takes out Batman, and the fact that he can't figure it out because he has gone to such lengths to hide it from himself in a way that's amazing. It like I said, goes back to I don't know if you guys are familiar with Zur-Anar. He's one of my favorites. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
he's one of my favorites.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Like, I keep this one figure I keep here. He's that. You guys have seen this version of Batman.
Yeah.
There's a very cool history to this character. But how he's utilized in Batman Failsafe is so good. Anyways, if you want to check out something good, excuse me, from Batman, catch up relatively quick. It just got put into trade paperback form.
Fail safe.
It just concluded.
Fail
Batman
safe.
Fail Safe. Outstanding. This is kind of, we're talking about what we want to see from that second Batman movie. This is the level of that second Batman movie I want to see. He's global. The threat involves Batman expanding beyond Gotham, and it's still written very well. So there was that, which I highly recommend. And the other thing I have is another DC book. This is called Dark Knights of Steel. Now, the concept for this is, imagine if a fantasy medieval world like Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, but the DC universe inside it. So like it's basically the DC universe in Game of Thrones. So imagine all these powers, how they would fall with that technology at that time, and a Kryptonian falls into that world, and you have all these same characters running around. Very interesting. It's written by Tom Taylor, I believe. He wrote what's the fighting game? The DC fighting game?
Injustice.
He wrote the Injustice comic, which people really like the comic. And
it is really
that
good.
Comic, it shouldn't be anywhere near as good as it is. And he's taking the same idea of a very cheap idea. I thought, oh, what if the DC universe was in a medieval fantasy? Taking it and going to really cool places with it. And you're basically reading it and going, oh, I can't wait to see this character. How are they going to introduce a Black Canary into a medieval fantasy world? How are they going to introduce the Flash into this world? And it's always, and he's selective with who he introduces you to. But it's on right now, it's continuing. It's a cool concept. It's a little refreshing. And if you guys read like Marvel 1602, it's kind of like 1602. But two nice standout comics for me this year that you can definitely jump into right now. So those are my two. That's my number two.
Nice.
All right.
Damn, nice. Very good choice. I'll have to read it then.
Yeah.
Definitely read
All right.
Fail Safe.
Yeah, that's what I'm probably gonna read. So my number two is The Batman. I just watched it again probably like 3 days ago.
Ooh.
It's so damn good. It still holds up. I really can't add much more than whoever had Darkseid, right? You had it as your number 5.
I had it as 5, yeah.
Yeah, so I can add much more than that. But
No,
yeah,
it's amazing.
really enjoyed it.
The music.
It's
the music is
amazing.
so good. I just keep thinking about things from it.
The music, the sound design,
Mhm.
the costumes, the vehicle, the everything. It's really good.
Yeah, no, that's a great choice. Not surprised that that's made the list several times. So,
And
all right, Ed.
So for number 2, I had a tie.
Sonic.
No, actually not.
Oh shit! It's
well,
number
which
one.
Doesn't make the list.
out
There's
of the
trouble
tie,
here.
which one
What should I make
would
the list?
you
I'll say
personally
it.
prefer?
We'll
I'll
see.
say it.
Which one
Only
would you
be-
prefer? If you were to had a chance right now
he's
to
doing it
watch
live,
either
folks. He's
of the
doing it
two-
live.
Yeah. This was supposed to be pre-thought of before we
prime.
got.
No, this is pre-thought. It's just that I recently saw a series that I really enjoyed, like a few days ago. So on my list, it's Obi-Wan.
The fuck?
All right. Okay.
Okay, I mean,
I think that'll show up again a little bit later,
Oh.
but okay.
Yeah, not in this list though.
yeah.
On my
Alright,
top 5 list, my number 2 is Obi-Wan. I know you guys don't like Obi-Wan.
Who cares what we like? It's about what
I know
you
that's
like.
why it's on my
Alright.
number 2 list, because I don't care you guys like it.
All
I care what
right,
I
what
like.
are your
What are
why?
your thoughts there?
Yeah, let's hear this out. Even Jake's in the plane talking about
Hot fucking take.
hot fucking ticket. Yeah, the fuck.
Mhm.
So I am a Star Wars fan. I love one of my favorite characters in Star Wars is Anakin Skywalker. I love the struggle between Anakin and Vader, especially when it comes across when Vader is fighting Obi-Wan, and when Vader's mask is torn off, or half his mask is torn off. You see the struggle between Vader and Anakin, with the red lightsaber and the blue lightsaber reflection. I love that struggle. So to me, that was supposed to be there was always talk about an Obi-Wan movie. This was kind of it. So I'll take this because I know there's not going to be an Obi-Wan movie ever. So this is the closest to we ever get of it. And I love it. I love the struggle between Anakin and Vader. I love the fight between Vader and Obi-Wan. I just love the conflict. So, and I love we get to see Vader do more stuff because we didn't get a lot of that in the new stuff. The best we got to the new stuff was Rogue One, which was amazing. But that was what, like, a 4-minute clip, which is fine. But to see Vader, more Vader, and Hayden Christensen as Vader and Anakin Skywalker in this series, I enjoyed it. I know a lot of people didn't, but hey, that's you. This is me. Baby. Boom.
Baby. Wow.
Oh, what a waste of like 5 minutes.
What a great,
nah,
amazing.
No, no,
You
oh,
can't have-
no. I
Leave
agree.
him alone. He likes color coded movies.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, no.
Yeah, no. To be honest, I mean Obi-Wan wasn't horrible. It definitely wouldn't make my top 20. But Obi-Wan was not bad. It was. I mean, I think what Darkseid hit on the head months ago when we watched it was that Obi-Wan would have been a lot better if put into a shorter form. If you had condensed it down to 2 hours, 2.5 hours max, I think it could have been a great.
I enjoyed it this time. But that's just me, though.
I mean, that's fine. And I mean, to each their own. I mean, everybody has bad takes, and this is one of them.
Oh, wow.
But
Your opinions.
Remember when I said the 2 wet
Yes,
parts?
I knew.
that preceded.
That's why,
the thing
yes.
is, like,
This was one of the wet parts.
Not for
well,
me.
we know the 2 at this point now because we
Yeah.
already guessed one of them. I forgot that Obi-Wan even came out as so.
I didn't.
So
And it's well, you know,
yeah.
I was gonna say something, but out of respect, I'm not going to.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's you. I respect the conflict
I'll
between
bring it up a
Vader
little
and
bit
Anakin.
later. Don't worry about
Oh,
it.
Yeah,
Sure.
exactly. We still gotta go
But
to the most disappointing.
I will mention later
Yes.
my other possible number 2.
Hmm.
I
Well,
will
you
mention it
Mention it
later.
now
Right
if you
now.
want.
No, no.
Yeah, go
Because you
ahead.
already kicked it off.
Right now?
Yeah, just go
All right,
ahead.
so
If you want.
this is
We're
my,
not gonna count it, but this would have been your number
that's
2.
fine. But I will mention also again later for a reason. So my although possible number 2 was Wednesday.
You know what?
Not seen it.
I like it. It's choices. They're not what I was
They're not
expecting.
typical.
Yeah,
Yeah.
typical. Yeah,
I dig it.
Yeah, I would actually say watch Wednesday if you're a fan of the Addams Family or even a fan of Stranger Things. I would say watch it. It's actually really good. The first episode got me hooked.
Speaking
like, okay.
of another show
Shove that
that
in
was
there.
really hard to cut out was Stranger Things. The what is it? Season 4.
Yeah, that was actually difficult to cut out.
God,
but
that's
that,
such a good show. But
that
yeah, I had to
was-
cut it too.
that was in my top 5 originally, but I took it out.
It wasn't in my top 5. It was in my top 10. But yeah,
It might have been.
Netflix really has a formula. They know what works.
Yeah.
Do they though? Do they?
I mean, you shove like Adam's
Their
Family,
own
Stranger Things.
series that is not anime related, yeah. But not Addams Family, Wednesday, it's surprisingly really good, and the whole cast is great too. I can't think of one bad actor or actress in the series.
their actor was
Actor,
because it's
yes.
sex as fuck.
Ed, can I just say you should have gone with Wednesday?
No, even though I like Wednesday, it's because, like I
Well,
said earlier,
Can I take a quick guess
what's that?
why it wasn't Wednesday or instead of whatever?
What is
Because
this?
Wednesday didn't have a purple lightsaber contrasting against an orange lightsaber. Is that
That
what
makes
made
absolutely
you?
no sense.
But you
No.
don't understand
No.
art, Green Tuner. The duality
Mm.
of
Duality,
fate.
yes.
You understand the
Mhm.
red and blue, and you could see his face.
I
Yeah.
really
love
see
the
the struggle.
conflict between
Mhm.
Anakin and Vader.
Yes, you
That-
keep
that's what
saying
gets
that.
me.
Tells all the
That's your
time.
only thing they
And
keep.
speak
Yeah,
about
broken
Wednesday.
record.
Wednesday is a good series, and it does has its problems towards the end.
It does has its problems.
has its problems towards the end. It does, but
It does has its problems.
it does have its own problems.
Okay.
But
All right, we don't got all night.
Yeah.
watch it. I would say watch it.
No,
Watch it.
I'll try to watch Wednesday. The only thing
I do want to see it too.
It kinda turned
You
me
know,
off.
I
All
haven't
these people-
watched it. You're right. It could blow me away.
I'm just tired of all these
Well,
fucking people.
I think it's
dancing.
really good.
I'm sick of seeing
Oh.
on Instagram these fucking Wednesday
Yes.
dances. Like,
Yes,
I saw
that's
the
what
other day.
kills it.
I saw five elderly men out on the street they took like first they started with their face, like they did different shots of their face, then to their body. They were dressed like regular guys, and then they changed to body paint and then dressed as Wednesday. Like these guys probably were 70, 80, and they were doing the Wednesday dance. I'm like, this is when you know something's oversaturated as far as social media. This is why I fucking hate social media so much. Is that literally all of my
It ruins
recommended,
everything.
yeah, all my recommended is just people doing the fucking Wednesday dance, and it's just like,
God.
this is so cringe. Like,
Well,
what?
it was the same
Yeah.
thing with Stranger Things, playing that one song. If I could run up the hill, make a deal with
Oh
God.
yeah, well that's
Yeah,
actually
it's the same thing.
The song is different than the actual dance. When
Dance,
everyone's imitating the
But-
dance from Wednesday, that's what causes
The
the
cringe.
annoyance.
But there was also a
Yeah,
lot
the
of
cringe,
things
yeah.
with Stranger Things that had references to the not just the song, but
Yeah,
like
but
dances.
I don't care about the
The-
original one. The original one is fine. That's not the problem. I'm just tired of all these damn people on social media.
the
Trying to get
people,
like-
it's
trying to
not
get
the
likes.
show.
Social media.
Oh,
Not the
that's
show,
that's the whole
people.
point.
They're
That's
just
the whole
trying to
point,
get
though.
they're just trying to get likes. It's not like they. Yeah, I've seen people that are actual dancers and they like kind of remix the dance and they made it like cool. I was like, okay, that's pretty dope. But I'm talking about people who are just doing it just to get likes and they don't really care about Wednesday, don't nothing about Adam's Family. They're just doing the stupid dance. And then like on my timeline is just getting recommended the fucking Wednesday dances. And it's just
You
like,
sound like
oh,
me,
It's so
Bye.
annoying.
my
But-
child. He sounds
This-
like me.
Anyways, all right.
Anyway,
Am I wrong?
Number...
Yeah.
Numero uno.
All right,
Because we still gotta
numero
get to the
uno.
disappointings.
Yeah.
Numero uno.
All right, I'm gonna
Dreamcast.
make this quick. God of War Ragnarok.
Oh,
That
God.
was my number
Was
one.
there a doubt? Was there ever a
There
doubt?
was never a fucking doubt.
Is the sky blue?
Yeah, exactly. Like like I Ragnarok was. I mean, it pretty much was game of the year. I mean, except for Elden Ring, which is another awesome game. I
Another
love.
great game.
Yeah, I love From Software.
Mhm.
But God of War it tells the Norse mythology with Kratos intertwined in it so well. The dialogue is great, the action is great, the combat is great, and I just enjoyed it. I mean, if you guys remember, I got my fucking Thor here.
Oh, God.
Oh,
yeah.
God, the hammer.
It's not
Dark
that
side.
great. Whatever.
I don't care what
God
you
damn it,
guys
there it
think.
is.
There you go. There's my Mjolnir. Like, screw you guys. I'm actually gonna customize this. I'm gonna put like blue paint.
Yeah, does it light up? Does it light up?
Doesn't light up.
Nah, yeah. Well,
Okay.
cool.
Yeah. Do you have a hammer? You have your stupid Batman figure.
No, I missed it. All
that's
right, I
dusty-
missed it.
You got your dusty ass Batman figure over there, but I got this cool fucking hammer. Like this can actually knock someone out. But yeah. No, God of War Ragnarok was the fine achievement of first party publishers, first party games. This is what I'm definitely a Sony fanboy when it comes to their first party titles because they knock it out the park. Xbox hasn't had a great first party title in many, many, many years, and it's so disappointing because they have such great franchises that could have been so well developed. It could have been developed so well and could have been made into a great series, but for some reason, like Gears of War, I love that game. Like out of all the games
That
on my
game was
Xbox,
so good.
shit, like Gears of War 2, I have put hundreds of hours into that game.
We
Gears
used
of
to
War-
play that all the time, remember?
Wait, we used to play all the time? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I love that game. All the first party titles are just absolute shit. And like God of War, it just, the
You're
developers.
absolutely right. They have good IP.
They have great
Like
IP.
great.
Halo,
They just
God of
2023.
War,
Fable.
one-
I've
Fable.
been saying
Yes.
it 100
Fable.
times.
It has
And
good
I'm
IP.
waiting and waiting for Fable.
No,
Yeah.
2023.
criticize the waiting, right? And it's a major issue where Sony can produce hit after hit after hit after hit, and they can't even get their one thing right. But you know what? Maybe somebody, and I say this, as a long shot, maybe somebody in that company is saying, take time and make it right. Even though they've screwed it up so many times, I hope that they're working on Gears of War, the next one. And I hope that they learn from Halo, and I hope they learn from all their other mistakes. Take your time, make it right. And the best solution, hey, you know what? Call me a hater if you want. If you can't beat them, buy them. And that concept, hey, nobody else in the industry except Microsoft can do it. Hey, I'm sure somebody at Blizzard or Bethesda or somebody has a good idea for Gears of War and can blow it out of the park. It just, you need the right team to pull it off.
Call Cliffy B again. Call Cliffy
B. Get him back in there.
Yeah, get him back.
You need him back.
The man knows what he's doing when it comes to Gears of War.
2 things. There was a recent Gears of War. Was it 5?
Yeah.
And it came, what, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
I didn't really play it, but
yeah.
It's a dead franchise for sure, but it can be brought back easily with the right people. Like there's an emotional story in there.
Games,
it's just done really badly.
Games can be revamped, just like God of War.
God of War
was completely revamped.
You can do it right with the right people.
Yeah. Tomb Raider was revamped. Right. You're absolutely right.
And that Tomb Raider got produced into another movie. They revamped the movie, and I mean that's
and only Green Tuner not like the movie.
I didn't say the movie was
that
bad.
movie's great. Yeah, I like it.
I don't like it.
Oh yeah,
you guys all liked it.
I thought it was okay. Yeah, I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
But no, like God of War, it was just. I mean, it's one of the only games that I've actually completed and got the platinum trophies. I've completed everything in the game. I've gotten everything in the game. Only thing I haven't done is a couple like labors and so forth, but that's not due for that doesn't get you like achievements or anything. But I got platinum on that. Yes, sir.
Just really quick. How many times have you referred to your wife as boy? Because you're out there doing the voice around your house.
The funny thing is, I will walk around with my hammer. I think I mentioned this in the previous episode. I will go around with my hammer and pretend I was throwing it at her, and then put it on her chest. I'm like, "You're not going anywhere, boy." Like I'll just lift, like, and I'll just be doing like, "Listen here, boy. Listen close." I'll be like, I'll pretend like I'm Kratos and everything else, and then like I'll be doing like quick time scenes, like punching her or whatever. It'll be like, and then taking like the blades of chaos and like pressing X and so forth, like, and just like stabbing her. Like, yeah, of course, I do that all the time, man. Like, she was.
Your Honor, I was using the blades of chaos on her.
Yeah. Your Honor. Like,
when I say I hit her with the hammer, you gotta understand, the blades of chaos were in cooldown.
Yeah, like,
oh my goodness!
Like, Your Honor,
he's getting arranged for her prison.
Like, Your Honor, I had to get the blood orbs out of her. Like, that's the only way I could level up. Like, my Spartan rage was going. It was over 9,000.
It was max. I hit my rage.
Yeah. No, but like I said, this is a phenomenal game, and I feel bad for anybody who is not a PlayStation owner or not a PC owner, because this game will come eventually on PC. Like, if you're Xbox, you're stuck in the Xbox ecosystem, you're missing out on. This is what we talk. You kind of look in. I'm gonna wrap up pretty soon, but when we look back at games, we look at like old games like Battletoads back in the day, Super Double Dragon. These games were fun little beat 'em up games, but didn't have a lot of story. Even like in the Final Fantasy like games back in the day, you had to use your imagination a little bit, because there was limitations on what they could do. We're getting to a point where these games are so cinematic. They're being written by pretty much Hollywood. Like, these are Hollywood level scripts. They're depicting things that you could never probably see on screen and be impressed by them. Like, if you would see them on a Hollywood screen. Like, this game was amazing from beginning to end, and the storyline, the storyline, the character development, everything was good. And this is what makes me sad, is like, for like, much as I rag on Xbox, like, this is what they should be delivering to their players. But they have so many great IPs. Like, maybe we'll do a future episode on Activision, what's currently going on with Xbox and Activision and Blizzard. But this is this is something that Xbox players should have their own taste of. They should have their God of War, game of the year, hype that is coming up. Like, people already knew when Ragnarok showed up that this was going to be a game of the year, 100%. And this game delivered 110%. Like, now granted, I wish there was a new Game Plus that came out when the game came out. But this is a game that, when it came out, was complete enough where if they stopped it right now, they said, "Hey, we just want to put out a really good game and that's it," a majority of people will be very happy with that. Mm-hmm. So I'm just like, fuck, like, this is a story that is just, now people are writing stories like, where's the future of this game going? Have a whole bunch of theories and so forth. Like, this game was just phenomenal. So, this is why this is game of the year for me. I've waited I waited, 2 years for this game and finally got it. And wow, I was not disappointed at any point in time. And I'm very excited about the future of God of War and what it's going to turn out to be. So for me, yeah, this was 2022 Game of the Year. Late entry in 2022, but damn, it was not worth every penny of the experience. So,
Yeah, no,
all right, that's
for
it.
sure.
Yeah, that's it.
Hammer's overrated. I'm just saying.
Okay. You know,
Whatever.
That's some sweet hater juice over there.
Right.
All right,
That's
Dark
overrated.
Side.
And GameStop and Target's pre-order system is also overrated too, by the way. Unrelated.
Yeah, it's a piece of shit.
It's
Hmm.
bullshit.
Oh
All
wow.
right. Dark Side number 1.
All right, my number one.
No, that's a
Black
joke.
Adam?
That's a joke.
Say it.
That's
Say
a
it.
joke.
That's
That's
an
a
A
joke.
for Andor. Andor's number one.
Oh,
Oh.
jeez. I was like, Zelda? The fuck?
I thought it was in
No,
Black
that
Adam.
was
I'm
the
like,
Black
wow,
Adam
that's
thing I
a
was
doing.
super
Black
hot
Adam.
Oh,
take.
what? That
That's
is
The Rock.
Black Adam. Oh,
Or is a Jay-Z
Because
fan
The
now?
Rock.
Yeah.
That's the Rock.
That's the
Or
Rock.
a Jay-Z
No,
fan now or
Andor.
something.
Andor's my number one. Andor. I mean, you said it. It was who said it? Somebody said it.
Me.
Green Tuner? Oh,
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
who cares?
I'm
Green
on
Pass.
No, this is the Star Wars. This is the Star Wars series that we should be getting. This level of storytelling is awesome. I loved it from
Yep.
the beginning. The beginning is slow, yes, but there's so much story inside that first season. There's so much depth. Stellan Skarsgård is insane. That monologue we talked about it is so good, so damn good. I watched it so many times. The potential, even though we know where the series is going, we know ultimately where the story is going to go here. It's not a secret, but I want to see what happens to these characters, the ones that I know, may or may not be alive. And I want to see the depth of the Empire finally was interesting. Like I like the mundane life on Coruscant under the Empire. I like that. Like I like seeing somebody's average life. I like seeing the espionage, really, like the level of stakes that these people are taking to hide and conceal their actions in the grip of the Empire. Finally, you're kind of seeing that in a less showy way, in a more of a like high stakes, deadly way, and the lengths and sacrifices people make. I thought it was great. Every actor I thought was phenomenal. The direction, I don't know what else to say. I mean, I think this is it's probably the best Star Wars series, and I love Mando, but I think this is at another level for me. So that's number one for me. Great year in Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So I wish they could do this with films.
Disney Plus had a
I
solid
wish they
year.
could do this with Star Wars films, but
Oh yes.
they don't seem to know what they're doing. But then again, we just talked about two wet farts.
Yeah.
That Star Wars had one way worse than the other.
Yeah,
And-
Boba
Yeah,
Fett.
one. Oh.
No, sir, but we'll get to that. One is a stinkier fart than the other.
False.
One is a shark,
Oh.
Yeah.
basically.
One's a shark.
What is the shark?
False.
One you have to excuse yourself from the room.
Yeah.
False.
That's one is you change your pants, Obi-Wan, but
Yeah, one
Uh,
you need
the
to
other
wear
one, not so
underwear.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
anyways,
False.
number one.
All
Also
right.
Black Adam.
Nice.
shit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, good.
I'm
No, it's
surprised. Okay, about to
Mm.
say like, huh?
He's not
Mm.
fucking kidding. Okay.
Probably isn't.
So no, I have to agree with everything Dark Side was saying that yeah, Andor is just it's the Star Wars that we talked about before. I think we said this before Andor came out. We were tired of seeing necessarily just Jedis and seeing fucking Jedi and Sith. There's so much more going on in the universe to even have that battle to even take place between the Jedi and Sith that it became stale after a while. Like, how many more fucking lightsaber battles can you see before it starts getting stale? And
More.
I mean, no, we can see more, and I get like there's cool ways to do it, but Andor is just, from beginning to end, creme de la creme of Star Wars for sure, especially outside of the fucking Jedi saga and shit. So yeah,
Yeah, it was a nice break, a nice new, refreshing break. Like you said, instead of just watching more Skywalkers or more Organas
Palpatines.
or whatever the hell it is,
yeah,
it was nice to finally see another side of it's a galaxy. There's so many more stories that you can tell that
Yeah.
don't involve Jedi's and Sith.
And the
You're
Empire is a
absolutely right.
massive operation, and
Yeah.
we're finally getting our
Yes.
look into the many layers and sub layers and components of what makes that empire run, and it's super interesting.
Mm.
Mhm.
I completely agree. All right, my number one is The Boys season 3.
There we go.
Just as we discussed, amazing series, not a single boring episode. The cliffhangers are just perfect, and they do the end of each season. You do get a cliffhanger, but you still get a resolution to that season that you just watched. So you never feel empty when you watch the last episode.
Yeah.
It's just it's an amazing show. I can't really add much more. Again, more than Creamcast has said. It's just a great show overall. An amazing show overall. Like I said, even topped Rings of Power, which I was really digging. It's just a solid show.
You're big Amazon guy. You're big into Amazon series.
Yeah, it's just
You're making the right
I think
decisions.
what Amazon
for a great
does is
tuner.
Amazon is, I don't know, maybe it's just because how much money they have. I don't know why or what it is, but it seems like Amazon allows people to create things that are more truthful to whatever the subject is.
This
I
is
think
what
it's
Microsoft
just
should have
they-
been. This is what
Yeah.
Microsoft should be doing. Like they have the money. Like this is like I'm hoping this is what Microsoft does with the Xbox Series. They have the money. They should be able to do amazing shit. Like Amazon has the money, so they are doing amazing shit. Rings of Power,
Amazon
The Boys. I mean,
Amazon is different
is
from
in Warhammer 40K.
Xbox.
Yeah, like we said, for once you guys watch, like I said, some of the things that they do, you understand why the hype is so, for me at least, in Creamcast, it's so high for Warhammer, because I have faith that they will be very true to the spirit of Warhammer.
Oh,
Like
I
they
have faith
won't
in
pull
that.
back on the depictions of how horrible the Warhammer universe is. Like the true horror of Warhammer, which is, I just can't wait. I cannot wait.
What I was going to say is that Amazon does what Netflix doesn't. They stay true to true enough to the material, and they're not.
Well,
Amazon's trying to carve out its
I think-
niche in the streaming sphere. It's trying to
Well,
build
not
a
just
Yeah.
brand
that.
here.
They're, from what I'm understanding, they do it right. I mean, I've only seen what
Netflix
Rings of
does
Power
is-
and a few things.
Netflix does
Netflix
good
does
original.
is things right, but it seems like Netflix is more in the business of mass appeal.
Mhm.
Mass appeal.
And they
I
do.
was
They
to
do
say
original.
other words too, but yeah.
We
They
just
do
talked
original.
about Wednesday TikTok trending.
Yeah.
They're aware of
Yeah.
that. They're aware of what they do.
Yeah, and I think they Netflix does original stories better than they do adaptations.
They do.
Yes,
I think
for sure.
I think Amazon has the. I think Amazon has it where they can do kind of both, but they have their choosier. They choose their adaptations, I think, more carefully than Netflix does, and when
Mhm.
they execute well. And I would say, and this is where I was saying before about Microsoft, between Microsoft and Amazon, is that Amazon has a lot of money, right? So Amazon has the money to do whatever. Like at the end of the day, Netflix is now. This is I agree with Jake's on the plane. Is that Amazon? Their money is their business is not solely invested just into streaming content. Netflix is known for streaming content. That's what it's known for. Amazon has, the AWS side, which that's where they make most of their money at. Actually, AWS is what pulls in most of the money. It's not Prime. It's not Prime Video. Is AWS. So then that's back. And AWS is what backs a lot of these websites and these big companies that you see. AWS is backing them. So that's where they pull in a lot of their money from. So Amazon has the money to invest into like doing these shows without worrying about the bottom dollar. Netflix doesn't have the capital as Amazon does to be able to invest into these shows and be able to take those risks necessarily. And they try to take maybe because Amazon or Netflix is trying to take safe bets while Amazon doesn't have to. I don't know necessarily the inner workings of it. And I mean, if I thought about it, maybe I'll come to a conclusion. But what I was saying about Microsoft and Netflix or Amazon is that Amazon, Microsoft, Amazon is kind of king of streaming at the moment. Outside, and there's of course the Disney Plus, but Amazon, when it comes to pure like finances, Amazon is probably king. It probably can crush everybody else. Microsoft, on the other hand, has more money than all of the other video game content makers combined. So for them, they could be able to pull in, they could have the money to invest into all these different companies and put out really great products. So I'm hoping that now what Microsoft did was by buying all like Activision and buying all these smaller studios, if they have the money to invest it, that these studios, instead of worrying about making profit, like just putting out just, game after game, they can really spend the time to actually invest in that game, make it the best that they can, and do that. Sony might not have the capability of doing that. Nintendo might not have the capability to do that. But Microsoft, since Xbox is not their main source of income, can be able to play around a lot more, I feel like. So that's why I was saying that's the similarities in between the two. But yeah, I mean, Amazon's killing it. I love it. I love Amazon. Amazon, the series that they have that I watch is great, and the series that I don't watch, people still love them. So yeah, Amazon.
Yeah, I even watched Carnival Row, and it's actually a decent series as well. So yeah, they have some shows that are pretty good. All right, Ed, you're number one.
Guess what boy number one is?
Sonic.
I'll give you three choices. I mean, three chances. Okay.
Sonic.
What's your second one?
Sonic.
For two? One more.
Batman.
Sonic 2.
Batman.
Killer Instinct. I don't know.
Go on.
Killer Instinct announcement.
Let's Killer
So
Instinct.
it's not Batman?
Yes.
It wasn't
Or
easy.
Dark Side.
Isn't that Batman?
So my number one is the Batman.
The Batman. There we go.
Who's surprised?
Well, I mean, it's good.
It's good. It was
It's
good.
great.
It's good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. Just really quickly on it. Just
Very, very good.
Yeah, the moment that they did the first scene where you see the city and the lights, and the next scene where you see the bat signal, and then the criminals are going into the, running away, going to the shadows. Then you see Batman about to fight these criminals in the subway. Pull me in immediately. The tone, the vibe, the cinematography, the actors, the music, just the whole vibe of it. It's close to the perfect Batman that I want. I say close. It's not exactly the Batman I want, but it's very, very close. It reminds me of the animated Batman series back in the 90s, which I know that was an inspiration of, but it actually has that similar tone. It's a mixture between, in my opinion, the Batman animated series and the Arkham Knight games a little bit. Kind of that same tone. I like that gritty, dark feel, almost like a slow burn tone. And I want more of that, but with different characters. Not necessarily the Joker. I would love for maybe, I know it might be a big reach, but Mr. Freeze.
Freeze, that's what he said.
Somehow, and maybe like have Joker in the background throughout movie 2, 3, I would even say 4, as like okay, we are dealing with this main villain, but there's also someone else lurking in the background. To kind of like have that ambience. I know, but that's what I'm thinking too. Yes, okay. I know, but that's what my
Well, yeah, so Matt, so wait, you said someone said that. Who you talking about? Did Matt Reeves say he wanted to do Mr. Freeze? Or
no, I'm saying I wanted Mr. Freeze.
Matt Reeves did Joker.
Yeah, right. That's what I heard, that he was interested in Mr. Freeze.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if he's going to do it, that's freaking awesome. I do want someone else more than just a Joker or someone that we've seen before.
Didn't we already see? Or maybe this is a hopeful wish that the Court of Owls was coming in the Matt Reeves.
Ooh.
Well, he hasn't said
that
anything
might be
about
too
it,
soon, though, isn't it?
They are.
That's probably too soon, but
they were. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it because he's going into the history of the Waynes and Gotham, history of Gotham.
That might be too soon, though, right? Because from my understanding, the Court of Owls, Batman's like well established already. I mean, he's got.
Yeah,
he knows.
That's fine. I think they should make Humpty Dumpty the next villain.
Yes, I agree.
Egghead. Bring back Vincent Price.
Yes.
Or the Pharaoh. What was it? The Pharaoh?
King Tut. King Tut.
King Tut,
Yeah.
thank you.
Oh,
King
God.
Tut from the Adam West show.
Yeah.
More grittier than King Tut.
Yeah.
God.
I thought I heard something about the Corvallis was going to be the ultimate bad guy at the end of it, or that's what people were. There was like clues that it could be possibly in it, but I was just thinking. No, I mean, I think we all love the Batman. I
Yeah,
honestly
we all
forgot,
loved it.
I honestly forgot about
He's
it.
okay.
Yeah, I mean it's all right. I mean, but honestly, the Batman would have been. I was struggling for the top 5 for the Batman, but it could have been interchangeable with 5 and 6 for me.
Yeah.
Like I put House of Dragons
Batman
at
was
5.
always on my top 5. It
Always.
was a
same.
solid stay in the top 5.
Yeah, I mean,
it met the hype.
did.
Not a lot of
It-
productions.
It
meet the
really
hype.
met the hype
remember
because we were all
scared.
kind of
We were
like,
scared.
it's like, it's Twilight guy,
Yeah.
and
Robert Pattinson, yeah.
and we're like, oh, I don't know. We were just
Let
oh
it be said that I was
Yeah.
fully on the Patterson train.
I was open to
no, you
it.
weren't.
No, I was.
Yes, I was, sir.
I was
Yeah,
Well,
gonna say-
of course, you were open to it, Creamcast.
because I like Twilight.
Creamcast's big. He's an
Yeah.
OG.
yeah, look, just
No.
because Creamcast a little bitch and he loves Twilight, let him be.
Yeah, just because I like my vampires. Just because I like my vampires sparkling. Don't be mad at me, okay? No, I mean, Robert Pattinson.
No,
he's,
no,
he's
yeah,
a,
I
he's a
think we were
phenomenal
all-
actor.
Yeah, he just knocked it out of the park.
Oh yeah, ever since I
was great.
seen what is that movie with Nolan?
Tenet.
Tenet. Yeah, when I saw his
Tenet.
acting in Tenet, like, okay, you know what? I'm more sold than I was before to see Batman. Him
Yeah.
as Batman.
Yeah, you're missing out on. He has really good movies, so I will check.
I've
I will check
heard.
out.
He's a very good actor. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll check out his
The
filmography.
Lighthouse one's supposed to be really good too,
It
right?
is
I
really
still
good.
haven't watched that one.
Yeah, we'll check
Yeah.
out his filmography. I know people always say not Batman,
The
Twilight.
Green Room. Green Room. Isn't it called Green Room?
Green Room.
I don't know about that one.
He was also in was it Metropolis Metro something where he's that guy in the back of the limo.
Yeah.
The
I didn't
Lighthouse.
see that one. I heard it
Lighthouse,
was interesting.
The King. If you guys watch,
Yeah, The King's
The
really
King,
good.
yeah,
On
he did
Netflix,
the
yeah.
French guy.
Yeah.
He did a really good job
he did
too.
really
in that
good.
one.
Well, people were making fun of his French accent. I was like, oh, fuck off! Like he did,
Yeah,
he
who
did a great
cares?
job.
Yeah.
Like, like these same motherfuckers can't even speak any fucking other language than English. So
Mhm.
you know, she. But
She-
But that's
But
my
yeah.
number one. So
That's number one.
it's a
Well, I play,
near perfect Batman that I want. That I
no,
wanted.
that's
Yeah.
a solid choice then.
yeah.
All right, and now for the flip
What?
side,
all right.
our top 5 biggest disappointments.
Well, I don't think we're gonna. I'm not going top 5.
I'm not doing that.
I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I don't have it
No?
ranked.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
just
have a-
throwing them out there.
Yeah,
Okay,
Okay,
don't
that's
either.
fine. They're just
Disappointment means disappointment. It's pretty
disappointments.
much.
All right,
assume
so
they're all
Oh,
number
I
one
don't have 5.
disappointments.
I don't have 5 disappointments.
You don't have 5?
No, I don't have 5. So
Oh.
but
either.
I'll say
Just throw them out there.
yeah, 2
We'll go in order.
disappointments, 2 big disappointments. I think
All right.
we've already discussed it. Was Obi-Wan, huge disappointment.
Yep.
It was not what I expected. I wanted it to be much better than what it was, and that's just from the love of Obi-Wan. I was expecting more, especially after all these years.
There was a lot of hype.
Yeah, a
behind
lot of
that.
hype, especially with Mando
Yeah.
coming out. There should have been no reason why Obi-Wan was in the state that it was in. It was cool. I mean, it was cool. If it was trimmed down, I think I would have loved it a lot more. It was good in of itself. It was just disappointed, and the hype, it just couldn't reach. It couldn't reach the hype.
I don't even like really quick. I mean, I think that one of the biggest disappointments about it is it doesn't give you anything. I said this when we reviewed it.
Nothing. It does nothing.
It
Gives me a lot.
introduces and gives you nothing. It doesn't add to anything. It's just more of like what you know, but it doesn't give. There's so much depth in that relationship where you could have explored, and they've padded it out with a really dumb B story, and it ruins the tone episode to episode. It could have been a tight 1.5 hour series. Sorry, 1.5 hour movie. But yeah, they just deflated your enthusiasm.
Well,
as
then I
every
think
episode
also
went on.
our complaint was that they were just going very lackadaisically into like power levels, which made no sense. Where they were basically destroying like giant pieces of rock and flinging them at each other and all this crazy shit. that just didn't translate into like what happens afterwards.
Yeah.
And you're right. It just didn't add anything at all.
What I wanted
Yeah.
for this series, I'll give you the best example of what I wanted for what Obi-Wan, always in my mind what it was what Logan did for Wolverine. Like there's a finality, there's a
Yes.
clean, beautiful finality. There's a period at the end of that sentence. You don't need any more. Obi-Wan craps all over that and then dares to tease a sequel series. Like nothing meant anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing had weight. Everything was just nostalgia or
That's all it was, writing on nostalgia.
it was heavily on nostalgia. And
Yeah.
what sucks is they had depth they could have mined. But like I wanted to see Obi-Wan just give me that old man. And we got middle-aged Obi-Wan, and I feel like that's a decision someone said, oh, let's milk it. And they're milking it.
Well, I
It
think
seems like.
well, the problem is that it's one of those things. Is like it's the opposite of what Andor did. Andor, we know how the story ends, but we got a compelling lead up to what Andor, casting Andor, how he ends up to where he's going to end up at, right? Obi-Wan, they did the exact same thing, but it doesn't add anything. I agree. Like, only thing that you see is that he fought Vader, several times. Vader's hunting him down. Now, this would have been cool if they add more stakes to it with Vader hunting him down, but it seemed very typical.
There were
very
no
easy.
stakes because we already know that he survives into the
Yeah, I
original
mean,
movies.
what all can you really do when the story has already been established that when Vader meets
You can do what Andor did, where we already know that Cassian is going to die, but they still were able to provide you with a good story and new concepts
story
and
with
ideas.
like,
Right.
all the
Yeah.
characters
Well, the
around
closest-
Obi-Wan were terrible.
Right.
Terrible.
Like, we could
I wouldn't say terrible.
like we could have something with
Terrible.
we could have something with Obi-Wan where it's like, we see that Vader is really like out here murdering people, like trying to get to
We see that.
but not to the level where it's like you care about. Like it's kind of like is Vader doing the typical Vader things? He comes at the last minute, tries to stop him, he can't stop him.
He
And
was
then-
chokeslamming people. What, in episode 2 or 3? He set Obi-Wan on fire in the same episode. He fought.
Yeah, he set Obi-Wan on
Yeah,
fire.
that fire scene was so bad.
Yes, he set Obi-Wan on fire.
It was so
but then
dumb.
but then an explosion
You
off to
can't
his
walk
right.
over fire.
Yeah, he's like,
No.
He's like, I lost my.
And
force
somehow
field.
the force
But who
doesn't
can't
work
walk over
without
fire?
Yeah, the force is
fire
a force.
barrier.
Who can't walk over fire?
Well, remember Anakin
Vader.
got burnt.
Or
Vader.
use the force or something.
Well,
No,
remember,
he like
his
gave
suit
up. Oh, it's
his-
fire.
His suit is fireproof.
but that's
Who
the
is?
point.
Vader.
Yeah,
That's
why
the
didn't you
point.
walk over the
didn't
damn
do
fire?
anything.
Why did
Like,
he
is he
chase?
pissed
We're
off at
making
Obi-Wan
fun
or
of the
not?
fact that the
He's
fire
scared of
stopped
it.
him.
If you have a horrific, I don't know, God forbid, accident when half your limbs are gone,
Mhm.
Oh
you
my
want to
God.
revisit
You're
it?
doing the same thing.
So
you did
you're
when we
saying that
discussed this thing.
Darth Vader there was some kind of post-traumatic stress. That's what Obi-Wan did with fire. Is that what you're
So
saying?
anyone with a lighter can pretty much defeat Vader.
Yeah. Are
No.
you diminishing Darth Vader to this weakness that
No.
we've never seen before?
Yeah,
No, his
Darth,
weakness is
Darth Vader's not afraid of
weakness
fire.
is electricity, I believe.
You just said he's
Weakness
afraid
is
of
not
fire.
electricity.
And-
That's everyone's weakness when they get hit, but the force.
Well,
lightning.
his suit is not
It's fireproof, but
it's
he's
not electric.
afraid of fire.
I would be too if I.
But he's
if
not-
I
No,
had
that's what
something
I'm
like
saying.
that.
You're saying that he's afraid of fire.
But Vader's
Possibly.
not. He's
Yes.
not afraid of fire.
Excuse me.
He's not.
But you
afraid of
like
fire.
that addition to Darth Vader's
It's
amazing
copium.
legacy.
He does this
They've
every time we
added
talk about that.
fire weakness.
Wait, say it again.
You like that they've added a fire weakness to diminish his ability to be menacing.
It's not a
You
fire
like
Yeah,
that.
weakness.
he's a grass type Pokemon. That's his
Yeah,
weakness.
Yeah, clearly
fire.
it's a grass type Pokemon. You
It's
can't-
just doesn't
can't
like
take it.
fire.
or rock.
It's super
I mean,
effective.
apparently, it took Obi-Wan to figure that out. So
like Jason playing brought up a good point. I watched Vader choke some dude across the galaxy through a hologram in episode 4, but he can't walk his robot legs over a bed of coals. Exactly. Like it was stupid. The whole fire thing was stupid.
It was
Yeah,
ridiculously
like-
stupid.
Yeah, Vader literally killed somebody from using the Force from across a hologram. but yet he's somehow scared of fucking a thing of fire. Where this is the literally the most hated person in his world. Vader hates nobody more than Obi-Wan. He blames Obi-Wan for everything. He's literally hunting. Vader at this point is hunting down Jedis and slaughtering them. But somehow the fire is what gets him.
Fire.
Yeah, like
You should have just like Scooby Doo ran away like
Fire hot.
There are some questions that were answered in Obi-Wan.
Like his eyes would have bulged out and he would have done that. Nothing.
But there are some questions that were answered in the Obi-Wan series.
They do a little like noise.
Questions nobody asked or needed.
Yeah.
I mean, some people have asked. Like,
nobody needed those questions. Like you're introducing elements to Obi-Wan that only further diminishes the coolness, like we talked about with Boba Fett. Boba Fett did the same thing.
Too
much information was not good.
No, do you remember when Obi-Wan said to young Luke that
hello,
Vader killed your father? Well, that too. That Vader killed your father.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, in the Obi-Wan series.
Well, hello there.
Hello there. Yes, at the Obi-Wan series, when they're fighting, Anakin says, or Vader, that you didn't kill Vader, I did. Speaking as in third person, Vader to Anakin.
Yeah, but I knew that. I knew that without a stupid TV show
but
telling
it's
me
cool to like actually see that play out, like he said.
But again, so you're over explaining something you don't need. It was the least needed element to explain. People in 1977 figured that out once they figured out the relationship. Oh, clearly he's not talking about his father. He's talking about the man he became.
Yeah,
I don't need a 6-episode series to explain that.
It's pretty cool to see that.
No, but look, listen.
Yeah,
no, dark side. No. But also you gotta take into account that when the blue lightsaber was lighting half his face, and the red lightsaber was lighting the other guy's half.
How'd they do that?
Exactly.
That's ILM right there.
That's ILM.
Explain that.
That's what you gotta take into account.
That was deep machine learning to allow that to happen, because there's no way we could have thought about that where the red side showed the Sith side where his eyes are red, and the other side was blue where he's still Anakin and they're battling each other.
It wasn't one side, it was the other side. It was
exactly. It's this new idea called inner conflict. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yeah,
revolutionary.
And I like to see that played out in Vader and the key person who is supposed to bring peace to the galaxy.
The best,
I
think the best way to show, and this, I mean, that's fine. I think the best thing, if you're going to watch Vader, this is for our listeners, if you want to see the inner conflict of Vader and what he's going through, just read the comics. Read the Vader comics.
That's fine too, yeah.
That's much better. It gives a lot more depth into Vader and actually shows him as a badass. It shows that the Empire, when it was first being built, didn't know who the fuck Vader was, and Vader had to make his own name. He had to get his own lightsaber by killing a Jedi Master that was still alive, killed one of the strongest Jedi Masters alive at the time. He, what else did Vader do at this time? Oh, he put an entire ship together with just using the Force. He pretty much killed himself in an alternate dimension, and everything else. Like he allowed himself to be hunted by one of the most prolific Empire hunters in the galaxy. Like that's the Vader that you want to see. So
I want that too.
Obi-Wan
in live action form.
Obi-Wan is not the Vader that you want to see. I'm just gonna be honest. So
I'm not saying it is, but it's close to what we can get right now. I want a Vader comic.
Here's the thing. I want certain things too, but when they don't meet the expectation, they fail poorly, they're called a disappointment. This is I want a good Obi-Wan series too. And you could probably somebody could take this and cut 30 minutes out of this and make a really solid what they were trying to say thing here. But in actuality, overlong, overproduced, went nowhere, wasted talented people. Even I will say Hayden Christensen, to bring him back, it's not that hard, but to bring him back and utilize him in a good way.
I think it was difficult.
No, I think you're accepting the base.
What is he?
You're accepting the base minimum.
Pretty hated for episode 1 through 3.
Yeah, but if they just checked
everyone.
a couple boxes and gave it to you, you would have been like, "Oh, cool, number 2."
Yeah,
that's basically what you got. They could have done so much more. They missed the mark so far that it has to be a disappointment. I mean, this is not a fresh take on like hot take we're making. Everyone agreed it was bad.
It was bad, and they showed when they showed Christensen coming back. Hayden Christensen coming back as Anakin. It just didn't add anything. Nothing more than we've already seen before. Like
I think it was good.
But I mean, I love the fact that Hayden Christensen came back. As far as Anakin is concerned, he was, as far as looks concerned, he looked like an Anakin. Perfect. The acting, we talked about in episode 6, could have been better. He definitely did some dumb shit. Like it was just like a little overkill. Was that Hayden Christensen? I don't know. Was it George Lucas because that was his first directorial debuts in that trilogy? Sure, but whatever. The fact that they brought him back was awesome. I love the fact that he was back. It's just Obi-Wan just didn't hit for majority of people. You can disagree with that. That's fine. You loved it. Cool. But even as a person who is not one of those people who are like with Rings of Power, a purist, this Obi-Wan was it just wasn't it. I'm sorry. It just wasn't it.
Well, on the chat, Jake says if we can talk about the classism of lightsabers and how primary colors like red are associated with bad guys because of one guy.
Well, I mean, we already know they had no idea that the lightsabers was just red just because they were red. Because they're bad.
Yeah.
There's actual backstory behind that. And
yeah. Don't go into it. I really
I'm
can't
just saying.
handle much more of this. Okay.
I'm just saying in the beginning there was no rhyme or reason to it. It was just bad guys are red, pew pew pew. That's
the original lightsabers were just white.
Yeah, they didn't do.
I'm telling why they're red.
Well, they changed. They of course, and it was done in the comics. I mean, it was everything is done in the comics. Like that's how you get the story fleshed out. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
So those are mine too. I said Obi-Wan, and then obviously Boba Fett.
Boba Fett.
Yeah,
those were your only 2 disappointments.
Major disappointments.
I also had 2 major disappointments.
Well, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, honestly.
Oh, I already
that's okay. I mean,
it.
we can elaborate. I'm pretty sure we'll have different ones.
Mine's gonna be quick.
I'm just trying to keep it quick. That's all.
That's fine.
you
guys
might
gotta get to the other thing.
Yeah, we're coming at 3 hours.
You guys might. Yeah, go. If you already have stuff ready to go for it.
Mine's are quick.
Mine would be Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness.
Yep.
We were all hyped. We had some crazy ass theories, none of which were right. It was just a giant dud. I think, if I remember correctly, when we reviewed it, we were all pretty much let down because of it.
It delivered everything that was hyped for it, like the cameos. Remember, they did not land.
Yeah, it just didn't land. Another one that I had personally was Nope. I was looking forward to it.
Oh,
the
really?
ads
I haven't
were
seen
really
it yet.
cool, really creative. And then when I saw it, same thing, another dud.
I wouldn't put that in my disappointments, but it's not one or the other.
I was hyped for it,
I was hyped for it too.
Well, we're talking about disappointments. I'm not saying it's a horrible movie, just disappointments.
Sure.
I was disappointed after watching Nope. I expected more of Nope, and I was disappointed by it. And then another one that I have in here, again, it's a good series. I'm just disappointed that it won't continue anymore, is Archive 81 from Netflix. Just a really cool mystery show. Had some crazy ideas going on. The end of Archive 81 had a crazy revelation, and then it got axed, just like all the other Netflix shows. So I put it as a disappointment because I was really hyped, really into the show, and then boom, it got its legs chopped off, and it's not coming back. From what the people are saying that made Archive 81. So those would be my disappointments.
Okay.
All right. Well, I mean, I agree with. I will expand one of your topics because I was thinking about the same thing, Doctor Strange, but I'll expand it to every theatrical Marvel release was disappointment. None of them landed. They were all. Well, I guess Wakanda Forever. I liked it. You know what I mean? I guess with the exception of Wakanda Forever for me. But
I really like Wakanda Forever, but my expectations weren't as high for Wakanda Forever, to be honest.
Well,
as they were for Doctor Strange.
Yeah. I'm exactly right on board with you. Doctor Strange fed into a lot of our hype and into a lot of our anticipation, and they certainly played it up before release, and it did not meet the high standards. Same with Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh, when I got 3.
Damn.
Well, that's what I'm gonna say. Like all the Marvel releases were duds. But excuse me. Halo, the Halo TV show.
Ah,
You
crap.
talked about it. It's a piece of crap. There's not much to say. It's just horrible. It's a piece of crap.
Mm.
There's one good scene. It's an action sequence. Other than that, everything about it sucked. From
About Halo?
the TV show.
Oh, I thought you liked it for some reason.
Oh, you
The
did
TV
too.
show? No, the TV show I did not like.
Yeah, he wasn't a huge
okay.
fan. He wasn't a huge fan of it.
Okay.
He like
For some reason, in my mind, I
action.
thought all you guys liked it for some reason.
No,
No, we
Okay.
didn't like it.
yeah, I think we all.
So who liked it out of us? I mean, I didn't watch it, so it was down to you three guys.
I
Who was
like.
the one that liked it, or just nobody liked it?
I thought it was okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't like a liker. The action scenes were the best part of it, but outside of that, the story was kind of eh. It got a little better at the end, but not by much.
I will say like it got worse at the end because they added
know-
this chick character that's like they put some emphasis on her
On her, and
importance,
then she just
and it kind of fucked up the equilibrium of what the show should be about. And I don't know. I'm curious where the second season goes. I will probably check it out, but yeah, that was a hot garbage fire.
One show that I was looking at that maybe for Creamcast specifically, maybe we were all expecting it to suck, but I don't know if it hit him as much as to how bad it was. Was the Resident Evil show?
shit.
There's a disappointment
I
for
forgot-
Creamcast.
Well, let him
You know
let him
what?
say it.
Jeez,
Wow.
I forgot that we watched. Maybe I've been so focused on Star Wars lately.
Mm.
You were
and I-
diehard to review it too.
Yeah, that was a shit show. It was fucking horrible. It was probably one of the worst. That would probably be number one worst show of 2022 for me. Yes.
Mm.
Now, did Cowboy
canceled it.
Bebop come out this year? Is the question.
Oh man.
Oh, crap. Well, now I got 4.
That wasn't a
Underground.
disappointment for
You
me,
didn't know
though.
this right off
I'll
the
be
bat.
It
honest.
wasn't a huge.
That was not a disappointment for me, even if it came out this year.
Cowboy Bebop came out.
I will also agree it was not a disappointment for me. It was cool.
came out last
Yep.
year.
Oh, last year. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, but
All right, but yeah, Resident Evil would be the one that for Creamcast, like I said, I know he was really looking forward to it because it seemed to all the pieces seemed to be there. It was Netflix, so it wasn't
Would you
like
say
some
Resident
whatever.
Evil in general, outside of there was a lot of Resident Evil adaptations happening this year, correct? Creamcast? There
There was the CG show.
Wasn't there
remember?
just
Games.
Netflix
Yeah,
shows?
CG.
There's like a CG show.
Yeah.
And then there was a movie reboot too, right?
Yeah, there was a
For
movie
the
reboot. Yeah, there was a movie
Yeah.
reboot, and then there was CG.
Big
the
year
CG
for Resident
shows.
Evil.
Yeah. And then it was a live action, a movie, and a CG. Yeah,
Yeah.
Resident Evil for the most part disappoint. It's literally. Yeah, it wasn't Resident Evil's year. Like, granted, it came out. The games are fucking phenomenal. The new games that came out.
Yeah, the game, everyone loved it. The
Yeah.
one
They're
with
killing
the
it with
giant
games.
chick or whatever.
Yeah, Resident
Vampire
Evil 8.
woman.
Or Resident Evil-
Demetrius or something like that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Lady Dema Criscu, whatever.
Demo. Yeah.
But yeah,
Sit on me, girl, apparently.
yeah. It'd be like, yeah, sit on me, stand on me, crush me, blah blah blah. Yeah, no, Resident Evil. It's just fucking. I don't understand it because there's so much material that you can be able to build off of, but they just can't. Between the Resident Evil, Mia Malkovich, whatever movies, and yeah. Fucking huge. You guys are depressing me. Like this, we were going the top 5 highs.
We're talking about disappointments. Yeah.
Yeah, now I forgot all these shows came out. I need to look at like all the stuff that we reviewed from
You
last
did.
year.
I did too.
There's so many
Alright.
things that were just shit this year.
What about you, Eduardo?
I'll
What was
go
a
quick.
disappointment for you?
Did Thor come out this year?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
oh,
so-
that's another. Yeah, that's going along with Dark Side's things about Marvel just having like really
Phase 4
disappointing
has not
movies.
been kind.
Love and Thunder was
Not been
such
kind
a
in the
disappointment.
films, but kind in the
Yeah.
shows.
Yeah.
The shows
so-
were great, but yeah, the movie was such a disappointment.
Yeah, I didn't have any expectation for Love and Thunder, but it was bad. I didn't like it.
I had expectations because I really, still to this day, I consider, what's the previous one by YTT?
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok. Thank you. I still consider Ragnarok to be one of my top Marvel movies.
Well, I would say
And
it's a top
then
Thor
this one
movie.
was just such a disappointment.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Mm.
My I forgot I had four, but my second one is Boba Fett. Absolutely terrible. I won't go into why. It's just bad.
It's self-explanatory.
Yeah, it's self-explanatory,
Yeah.
unfortunately. And my first one is unfortunately it's Halo. It was bad from the
Wow.
beginning, and when they got to the point where I saw naked Master Chief, I was done. I was
Yeah, you
done.
don't want to see the Master Rod.
No,
Master of Wood.
no. The only one I
Mr.
want to,
Wayne.
the only one I want to see and do see is Mine in the Morning. So
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
yeah, I'm looking through
Speaking of
all.
disappointments.
Yeah, I'm looking
there
through all.
was.
Ed likes looking at his innie.
Yeah, wow.
I definitely don't have that. No.
Yeah, I'm looking at all the stuff that we went over in the past year, and we went through a lot, by the way.
A lot. Yeah,
yeah.
for some reason, I must be misremembering because I thought you guys were a little more kind towards. I haven't watched the Halo show, so I don't know. But it seemed like you guys were more, in my memory, you guys were more kind towards Halo.
Maybe we were kind
But I guess I was wrong
in retrospect,
about it,
it's
yeah.
not good.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, in retrospect, it's not that good at all. Really quick, we have some comments in the chat. So Jake's on Playing said he liked Nope. I mean, I feel like majority of people liked it. It was definitely a twist on the normal monster movie or
The
horror
monster
movie.
movie.
I have not seen it.
Again, I did not hate the movie. I enjoyed it. It was just disappointing.
Wait, when did Nope come out? Nope came out like
this year.
This
Nope?
year, yeah.
Did it come out this year?
I think
Yeah.
it was summer or spring.
Oh, yeah, it did come out this year.
Yeah.
Holy shit, you didn't see it? Oh, fuck you.
I want to see it.
Too late.
Too late.
Yeah, well, Nope. Yeah, I thought Nope was okay. I mean, I can see why it was a disappointment though. I mean, after Get Out, like.
Yes, exactly. And Us.
Us, yeah.
And you know, I mean, so that's why my expectations maybe should have been a little lower, but just personally, I was expecting more out of Nope.
The Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special, I think we all
pretty much didn't like that.
Yeah, but
I didn't count that in.
Yeah, it wasn't much of a disappointment. I wasn't really expecting much of it, to be honest.
Yeah. Jason Plain said, Wakanda Forever kind of stunk. Fight me. Okay, about to get banned. No, it wasn't. Oh, we talked about it. None of us were really like super. I mean,
especially
I think we liked
Creamcast. I think you were the harshest on Wakanda.
Yeah, also
Forever.
harshest on it, but I think I had to make up for all your guys's like, I don't know, like.
I liked it, so I think I was positive.
I liked it too.
It was okay.
Listen, I was throwing the Wakanda sign to every black person at the theater.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like
I was down with the cause.
I feel like you guys were just like trying to give like black people reparations for it and trying to be like, oh man,
that's pre Kanye. Yeah, pre Kanye though.
Yeah, it's pre Kanye, but I'm saying you guys are trying to like do reparations. Like, oh man, I loved it so much because I love black people. Like, dude, if you didn't like it, you didn't like it. It's fine.
You're cool, right? You're cool.
Yeah, you're cool now. Yeah, you're one of the cool ones, right? But yes, and then he says how he can go on for days about Halo sucking, how much he loves to hate the show. I mean, a lot of people felt like that. And lots of good, he says lots of good stuck in Wakanda Forever, but everything to do with the villain sucked.
I'm assuming lots of good stuff. You just auto-corrected?
No, for
lots of good stuff in Wakanda Forever.
No, I think he's saying a lot of good stuff. Maybe he meant stuff, but it says stuff.
Stuff, yeah, maybe.
But I thought a lot of good stuff, like a lot of good things, did stick to the script.
Yeah.
But,
okay, that's true. All right.
I agree. It's definitely
all sequel bait. Yeah, for sure. It is sequel bait. They were building up to whatever comes next.
Yeah, I think what we talked about before is that not Wakanda, but Marvel, the Phase 4 wasn't the greatest when it came to the movies. What easily shown through was the TV series and the specials, like Werewolf by Night. Other than that, yeah, Marvel didn't have a strong showing in the theaters this
I'm
year.
surprised you guys didn't have Werewolf by Night and your top 5.
Top
You
10.
guys were all over it.
It would have been my top 10.
Yeah, one of you guys said it was one of the best Marvel things they had seen in a while.
Yeah,
or
that was
forever.
me. It definitely
Yeah.
is, but it's not a great year for Marvel. But I think it was a great product.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
my top 5, I don't have any Marvel stuff, so but Marvel would have shown up in the top 10 for sure. All right. I think that's about it. I mean, does anybody
That
else
is
anything else to add to their shit list?
No, I think we're pretty much set for now.
All right, cool. All right, well, outside of that, I think we did a great job going over our top 5. It's been a great year for the Blur podcast. We enjoy all you guys being here and supporting us throughout this past year. We got a lot of dope content coming up pretty soon for next year. One thing we're going to talk about we didn't get to this time, but Glass Onion, a little different outside the comic book nerdy shit that we always go over. So talking about this murder mystery, I think is a nice little entry into our catalog of topics we discussed. But this would give time for Green Tuner to actually finish the damn movie on time like he was supposed to, because we all watched it.
I literally have like probably 15 minutes left or 10 minutes left.
Whoa, hold on. So
yeah.
All right,
there's
so this has been the Blur podcast.
Always a lot to talk about without finishing things, and yet
you can find us at twitch.tv.com.es.url.gt/the Ed Underground. Baby.
All right,
Finish what
you're gonna say.
Bing store. You can find us in the Bing store.
Finish what you're gonna say, Ed.
Oh, let's talk about me not finishing things, and yet I've been the most consistent.
Ed, we don't believe you. First off, we don't believe. No one believes you. First off, you haven't been consistent. Where's this shit? Second of all, no one believes you that you actually watched the movie.
Yeah,
I did.
No one believes you. But
I did.
We'll see. I mean, at this point, you get an extra week to watch.
Give me a clue. Not a clue. Give me a.
Listen, the only consistent thing about Ed is his
movie.
ratty ass hairdo, which he still hasn't fixed.
Hey, I gotta retwist it. Retwist it costs money.
Ed, you've been trying. You talking about retwist for a year?
No, not a year. A few months.
Okay.
Man, that head must smell like pure hell.
No, I do wash my hair.
He washes his hair. Damn it.
Yeah.
Give
me a test from the movie. Give me a test from the movie right now.
Give me a test from the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. This is a good one from Benito Mac. To finish off the year, what better way than to annoy everybody that's listening by having the Ed Underground take us out with his Joker.
Signature Joker. Yes. Ed, please.
Signature Joker.
We'll test you off stream. But yeah, give us your Joker impression and sign us out.
Better fuck you to 2022.
Right.
Well, let me think about what happened in 2022. See, there was a few good things that happened. There was the Batman. There is this crap of a show called Halo, which I wanted to be really good, but it really sucked. Can you tell me why? Why did it really suck? But anyways, enough about that. You see, we appreciate those who are listening to the Blurred podcast because, we have great plans in store. Some may be a little bit crazy, but it's all in all good fun. You agree? But anyways, we're so happy you're here because, down the road, we may need you for something.
I didn't know the Joker just rambled on.
All right, guys.
Can I add something to my disappointments?
It's all about ramblings. If you know.
Remember, we said it was number one in our hearts, and he is not disappointing right now.
You know who's number one in my heart? Harvey Dent. You see, he's a really cool guy. I don't know what happened to him, but and Bandito Mac, glad you're here. We love to see you here, and Jake, he's drinking his whiskey. My dad was once a drunk. He didn't like the scars that I put on myself, or was it from him? I don't remember, but I don't know. Anyways, so until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I would love to see you here. See you next year. Stay away from fire. from the chaos because I'll bring the chaos to you. But tune in next time on the Blurred Podcast. You're the Blurries. I'll call you the Fireflies because you'll be in my funhouse later.
Okay, let's wrap it up, Joker, please.
All right.
You're literally rambling.
You acknowledge my...
Not as menacing anymore as.
Oh, I'm very menacing. But anyway.
All right, guys. This has been the Blur Podcast.
Until next time, have a good one and stay chaotic. We'll need you later. Blur you later.
All right, blur you later, guys. Bandito
Blur
Mac,
you
you're a
later.
piece
We're
of
so
shit.
sorry. We're so
Yeah.
sorry.
No, this is Bandito Mac. He's a piece of shit for recommending this, and we're pieces of shit for allowing Ed to do this. So until 2023, blur you later, guys.
Blur you later.
Or hiring.